The heart of your teams. The heart of Atlanta. Valley Sports South and Valley Sports Southeast. The heart of the fan.
It's a beautiful Tuesday night in the desert for Braves baseball, brought to you by Truist. Once more from the Valley of the Sun in Phoenix, Arizona. It's game 2 of our 3-game set between the Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The roof is open for the Braves' Charlie Morton here at Chase Field. Humberto Castellanos will be his mound opponent for the Diamondbacks as the Braves try to even their road trip record at 1 game apiece. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey, Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan. We have reached the final day of May, Mr. Moylan, and slowly but surely things starting to turn in the direction we hope for the Braves. A much better month of May than April so far.
Yeah, well, this may surprise you, but I'm going to hit on the pitching because I think it's been so consistent, especially from that bullpen, and having to deal with the injuries of Tyler Matzik, Luke Jackson. For what they've done, they've been able to cover some innings out there, and now to move to the starting rotation. We knew what we were going to get from Max Fried. We've had a breakout year from Kyle Wright. I feel like Ian Anderson's really starting to find himself, and now with Spencer Strider in that 5th spot, we have a real option right there. And Charlie Morton, he's going to discover it tonight. He's going to be much better. It's going to be all about the curveball. Watch out for that later.
A win today for the Braves gives them 14 wins this month, Brian Jordan, and one reason why, the resurgent play by Dansby Swanson, especially at the plate.
Well, Dansby has found his timing, folks, and in April, he was really struggling bad, but now, at the end of May, he has been the best hitter in this lineup so far. Talk about 24 RBIs, tied for the lead. He found his stroke the other way, hitting the ball in right field. Now, everything's working. Look at that average in April, 216, but now, that's what I expect out of Dansby. 309 in May. He continues to get hot, and hopefully he can be consistent into next month and just make the All-Star team this year.
The Braves have won 3 straight series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. To have a chance to make it 4 in a row, they've got to win tonight behind Charlie Morton. We're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, Lauren and Nick in the Atlanta studios will take us on a tour around the National League East as we continue with the Braves and Diamondbacks in Phoenix tonight.
Kaiser Permanente. And by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Welcome back as we get you set for the Atlanta Braves game 2 of 3 in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome into the Valley Sports Studios. Lauren Jabara here with Nick Green. And Nick, as the Braves get set for a late night in Arizona, the NL East kicked off a few hours ago, so let's take you on a tour for our Xfinity game break. Send you out first to the Big Apple. The Nats taking on the Mets. Bottom first, man on, and Starling Marte gets the party started early with a 2-run shot to center. The Mets currently lead 8-0.
Huge addition this offseason, hitting 6 straight, 6 home run, up to 288 on the year. Big time performance from Marte.
Now let's head to the city of brotherly love. Giants taking on the Phillies. Top 5th, bases loaded. And Luis Gonzalez delivers with a 2-run double to give the Giants the lead right now. It's 3-3.
Phillies 3-7 over the last 10. The media starting to call for Joe Girardi to possibly be fired. Interesting things going on in Philly.
I know. And the other team in the NL East, the Marlins, they were supposed to take on the Rockies tonight. That game got postponed due to inclement weather. They're playing a doubleheader tomorrow, which could fare well for the Braves, because guess what? Right after the series in Arizona, they're taking a flight to the Mile High City for a 4-game series this weekend.
It's going to be interesting. And anytime you play in Colorado, especially as a hitter, you're excited to go there. So hopefully the Braves offense can really wake up the next 2 days and have a field day in Colorado.
I know. They're going to have some baseball at altitude heading into this weekend. That is it for us here for the Xfinity game break. Braves baseball coming right around the corner. The Bravos looking to finish the month of May with a .500 record. A win tonight will get that done. Braves baseball coming at you next in the Grand Canyon State, right on the other side.
Chase Field in Phoenix, the roof is open on a lovely 95-degree night. The Braves' Brian Snitker, hoping to get this series even at a game apiece, has Ronald Acuna Jr. again atop the Toyota starting lineup. Ronald also in right field for game 2. We talked about red-hot Dansby Swanson.
Let's see if tonight's the night that Matt Olson can get going as the Braves face Humberto Castellanos for the very first time, a native of Mexico, guys. And he starts game 2 for Arizona.
3-2 record so far. Started in the bullpen, made 2 appearances out of the bullpen. He's made 8 starts so far. He's yet to complete 6 innings. I think we can take advantage of that tonight.
And with that in mind, BJ, what are the 4 keys for the Braves to get this series even at a game apiece?
Hey, the Braves got to do a better job with runners in scoring position. Too many swing and misses last night. Hopefully they can continue to put the ball in play, and we need length out of Charlie Morton. He has to go through 6 innings tonight for me to feel good about a victory.
Well, things started great for the Braves last night. They had 1st and 3rd with nobody out, got a run on a wild pitch. Ronald Acuna Jr. scored the game's first run last night, and he's 1 for 4 in the series. And Castellanos delivers a strike to even things up. This kid's out of Mexico. One thing we've seen last 3 games, 14 2/3 innings. He's allowed 5, count them, 5 home runs.
It's surprising because his number 1 pitch is a sinker, and I can see early on it's got a lot of movement on it.
Ronald didn't get that. It's quickly 1 and 2.
Well, you're going to see that sinker, but you're going to see the curveball and slider out of him also. We just saw that nasty curveball there just drop off the table, 77 miles an hour.
1-2 to Ronald. Missed inside. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jim Reynolds calling balls and strikes in game 2. Alec Thomas shifts way around toward left center with a 2-strike count for the Braves leadoff man, who asks for and gets time. The 2-2. And he serves that out of play to the right side. Good piece of hitting by Acuna.
Something else we've seen a lot over the last couple of days, or weeks I should say, is that the battles guys have been putting on throughout at bats. Not a lot of short, not a lot of 3-pitch at bats. Ozzie especially.
And a 13-pitch and a 10-pitch sequence back in Atlanta. Had an 8-pitch at bat last night. And Acuna is retired on strikes after 6 pitches to start tonight's game. And Dansby Swanson will be the hitter with 1 out.
I'm going to tell you, Peter, who this guy reminds me of. Hernandez from Miami. He's not going to overpower you with a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball. He's going to throw you those sinkers. He's going to throw you a lot of curveballs and sliders to get you to chase.
Dansby Swanson, a base hit in the 1st inning last night, part of his 1 for 4 game. Dansby coming off a great homestand where he had 13 hits and 27 at bats. And instrumental in that run for Mr. Swanson. He has struck out just once in his last 26 plate appearances.
And that's huge because starting the season, man, you would have never thought Dansby Swanson would have so many strikeouts in the month of April and into May.
And with that in mind, Dansby's contact rate up using the right side of the field. Peter, look at how the Diamondbacks are defending him here.
Yeah, this is one of the only guys that we're going to see a straight up infield right now. A lot of the times, doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed, you're always going to see the second baseman or shortstop on the other side of the bag.
2-0 pitch. Swing and a bullet hit to left field. Peralta back, recovers on the track and makes the catch on a sinking line drive from Swanson.
It's really a great play by Peralta, who breaks the wrong way, but he didn't panic. He just turned his head and really made this catch look easy at the end of the day.
Another hard contact by Dansby. Another barrel.
You can see the top spin on that ball just coming down hard.
You know Peralta's a former pitcher. That's why he made it look so easy.
Oh, come on with that, Pete.
And so it begins in the 1st inning tonight in Phoenix, Arizona. 2 outs for Marcell Ozuna. Marcell, the DH tonight, and fouled away. You make an interesting point, BJ, in that this man reminds you of Eliezer Hernandez of the Marlins. The Braves just saw him a couple of days ago. I would assume that would be a helpful plan of attack.
And they hit him very well, too, if you remember. I mean, we were hitting a long ball off of Hernandez, so I almost think you have to approach him the same way.
Ball slings in over the inside corner, and just like that, Marcel is behind. 0-2. Castellanos got roughed up in his last start. 10 hits, 6 runs, 4 innings against the Dodgers. He's 3-2 with a 5-point ERA this year. And he doesn't mess around. He gets a sign and gets to work quickly. It's always appreciated with a day game to follow tomorrow. The 1-2 count. Strike 3, a breaking ball, 2 strikeouts in a scoreless first inning for Humberto Castellanos. Charlie Morton to work here in the bottom of the first. Backs 24-26 on the year. Torey Lovullo is their skipper. We'll see if he can stick around for all 9 today. He's got a young, talented Toyota starting lineup. We saw that from Pavin Smith, who had a big 3-run homer last night. But tonight, fellas, they're running into Charlie Morton, who has been dominant against the Diamondbacks in his big league career.
I'm hoping a little comfort, he's had some success here, so it's all about the curveball for Charlie. It's been a struggle for him a little bit this year as far as being able to get consistency landing that curveball, but if he can find that, he can be dominant again.
Dalton Varsho is the leadoff catcher tonight for the Diamondbacks. Varsho went 0 for 3 last night and takes a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Popped up. Darno gives chase. Riley joins him on the warning track, and no play. It's up off the netting. And Varsho behind, 0-2. Pitch count has been an issue for Charlie. He's had to work awfully hard, Brian, in his last 2 starts.
Yeah, I think the second time through the lineup, he seems to have troubles. But it's a good start. He's starting out with 2 fastballs. If he can command that fastball, that 4-seamer, I think he's dominant. But if he throws that for a ball, that's when he gets in trouble.
And that's been the pitch that's given Charlie so much trouble. Left-hand hitters have gotten hit a lot. He's walked a lot of them, and that back foot curveball bails out Varsho, who is behind 0-2 in the first at bat of the game for the Diamondbacks.
Just overcooked this one. This has been the issue, as you said, Chip. You just got to find that consistent release point with this breaking ball, and I know you don't want to leave one hanging on an 0-2 pitch. I think that was the result there. He tried to make it nasty and pulled it in the back foot again.
His 7th hit a pitch this year. That's not Charlie Morton.
So the Diamondbacks again load their lineup up with left-handed and switch hitting bats here in game 2. Another one is Josh Rojas, their young third baseman. There's a good curveball.
That's so smart by Travis there. As a hitter, you can't be thinking he's going to come with that first pitch right there.
No, I'm looking for the fastball. I'm coming out of my shoes on the fastball.
And it gives you the confidence to know you can call it again.
Stroke to center, but Michael Harris is there, barely had to move, and that's out number 1. With Ozuna designated hitting for the Braves, I think this is the first time, guys, we can say the Braves have their defensive lineup in the outfield the way you want it in a big ballpark. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I love this outfield right now. Rono in right field and Michael Harris really patrolling center field. And our Gold Glove, Adam Duvall, over in left field. And already I noticed Duvall playing in. You know, yesterday everybody was playing deep, but he just has a great feel. You're facing left-hand hitters. If they hit it over your head, it's a mistake by the pitcher. But you can't give them that bloop shot in left field.
No bloop shot to right field for Pavin Smith in the first inning last night. He got all of a Spencer Strider pitch, but to your point, the inning probably shouldn't have gotten to Pavin Smith last night. So a 3-run homer, his 4th in the last 8 games for the Diamondbacks. As Charlie Morton behind him, 2 balls, no strikes. Last start for Charlie through 26 pitches in the first inning against the Phillies. He had 62 pitches through 3 innings. That saw him give up 4 runs, 9 hits, in 4 1/3 innings. Much of that damage done by the lefties. That's why the Diamondbacks have a left-hand dominant lineup again tonight. There's a good change. 2 balls and a strike.
You're going to see Charlie go to those other pitches a little bit more tonight. He's got a cutter that he doesn't throw that often as well, but he's had some success with it. That change up there, especially against these lefties, is going to be a really effective pitch for him.
And that was a great pitch right there. We saw Pavin hit that 2-0 fastball over the wall. Throws a changeup. Get him out in front.
Varsho a short lead. The pitch popped him up. This one's going to stay in play, though. Austin Riley in foul ground at the third base coaching box. Morton has the second out.
Just while you mentioned changeups, I just want to touch on Spencer Strider last night real quick and the ability to throw that changeup in almost instantly in that second inning.
He said that's a pitch, Peter, he worked on a lot this offseason, and as good as it was, Darno kept calling it. He got more and more confidence with it, and they did very little with that pitch.
Yeah, it's going to give the coaching staff confidence that they can maybe get through that lineup a couple of times.
So Christian Walker appears for the first time in this series. Walker's been an all-or-nothing player at the plate. 12 homers, but a 195 average. He's faced Morton before. Charlie's held him to an 0 for 3 head-to-head.
See him still
trying to feel for that curveball, man.
Atlanta is warm and muggy. Arizona is hot and dry, Peter. How does that affect a touch pitch like a curveball?
Yeah, it's very interesting because you really don't sweat a lot when you're out here, even though it's 95 degrees. And a lot of the times that's what you use to mix with the rosin to be able to get you a little bit of stickum.
We hear pitchers say the ball feels like a cue ball, slippery, slick. Is that an apt description?
That's a perfect description. And once they have the dust, depending on how old the dust is on there, that can get dry as well. So you're adding dryness to dryness. And without the ability to sweat, you can't get anything to make it tacky.
Is that when you guys wet your hat and put it on your head?
That's usually just sweat from hard work, BJ.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys just put your hat in water and come out there so you have something to keep your hand moist.
We're allowed I think it was a league-sanctioned wet rag that they were allowed to have at one point. You're not allowed to. Now you can lick your fingers, but for a while there, they weren't wanting anybody to go to their mouth either.
Pitch number 13 for Charlie. 2 balls and a strike for Christian Walker. And that one is hit a mile high to left, and it's not going to come back.
Well, you said it, Chip. Feast or famine. You hang a curveball, and that's what he's going to do. And he had to be looking for that pitch. I mean, he stayed back perfectly.
Wow. So a big home run for the Diamondbacks in the first inning last night and again tonight. A hit batsman and a hanger makes it 2-0 Arizona.
13 home runs for Christian Walker. Man.
Well, that's been the secret for the Diamondbacks this month. That's their 39th homer this month of May. That is tied for 3rd most in the majors. So the Braves have to come back from a 2-0 score as David Peralta smacks one to our left and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Charlie's got him set up. Base is empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a better breaking ball, and it strikes out David Peralta. But the damage done by Christian Walker, a 2-run homer. And after one, Arizona has an early lead. Thunder and lightning in the desert for the Braves again. Swing and a drive. That might be a splashdown. It is gone. Well, our Synovus Get There feature is Austin Riley, who loves hitting in Phoenix and certainly loved hitting here last night.
Man, look at those numbers. He's homered in each of the last 4 games played here at Chase Field. Wow. Got to be feeling confident, Peter.
Yeah, as a hitter, you should feel confident coming here to Arizona. Ball flies, tough to throw, doesn't spin like it usually does.
So now you've got some work to do. Castellanos staked to a 2-run lead after 1 inning. Riley Olson and Travis d'Arnaud coming up for the Braves.
Let's go, Austin!
All 8 runs Atlanta has allowed so far in the series have come with 2 outs. That's got to change the rest of the way. And let's see if Riley can start a rally here with nobody out in the 2nd inning. He's riding a hot streak, 8 games in a row with a hit, 4 homers.
Yeah, he's starting to relax a little bit, take the pressure off and just be himself. He looks comfortable at the plate.
Still so relatively young when you look at what Austin's done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, last year was his breakout year.
For sure.
And after you have a breakout year, you put those high expectations on yourself that next year, and it's almost common you struggle because you're trying too hard to get back to those numbers. But he's starting to relax and trust himself again. Those numbers are coming.
Austin digs back in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They play Austin to pull on the Arizona infield. The pitch is right over the outside corner. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Castellanos.
We just got to do a better job with 2 strikes to protect. We are taking too many 3rd strikes looking. And that goes to just trying to shorten up and just be quick. Put the ball in play.
Last 5 hits from Ed Olson have been doubles. He's got 21 of them now. No balls and a strike. We're told that Castellanos is not a guy that throws 92, 93 all that often. But his velo apparently is way up tonight. He's throwing the slider in the high 80s. That first pitch fastball to Matt was at 93. So he's pumped up to face the world champs tonight, and he's got an early lead. That's lifted to the left side. Long run for Peralta. He's not going to get there. That's off the net. And Matt still 0-2.
I would love to see Matt be more aggressive. He is trying to be too perfect, and he's caught in between. He's taken too many strikes, Peter.
Wish I could give him some hitting advice, BJ. I really do.
The advice, be aggressive. Let it go. You know, he's so good.
Yeah.
Even if the pitch is off the plate a little bit, if you're aggressive, you can still drive that ball. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to wait for that perfect strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That was close.
It's a good take. Change up, down, away. First time we've seen that change up tonight, too.
Olson has seen Castellanos before when he was a member of the Oakland A's. So some experience that we hope pays off. That was 1 for 4 back in 2020. But Castellanos' first big league strikeout was Olson. And this one is scorched to right. That had some thump to it. That'll ricochet off the fence. 6 straight hits go for doubles for Matt Olson, and the Braves have their first hit here in the 2nd inning. That was barreled.
That was an aggressive approach. Got one up in the zone, And he is a doubles machine.
So let's get a run or two back here, shall we? Travis d'Arnaud has been so good all year for the Braves with runners in scoring position. Hitting .244 overall this year, 17 RBIs. So Castellanos into the stretch position for the first time. The pitch is on the ground to third. Nice pick. And a long, strong throw across the diamond in time by Rojas. No advance of the runner. d'Arnaud went after the first one and rolls out. 2 away.
Tried to catch that hanging curveball. Just got out front just a little too quick.
So here's Ozzie. He was 1 for 3 last night. Ozzie has 3 hits in the last 2 Braves games, but more importantly, guys, he's been on base 5 times.
On base, and he hits well with runners in scoring position. He's not trying to do too much, just put the ball in play. We've seen him go the other way so much on this left side with runners on second or third.
The Braves are looking for their first hit with a runner in scoring position in this series. This would be a great time for it.
No better time for it right now. Right man, right spot.
Olsen has a decent lead out at second. Perdomo tries to shadow him. And the 1-0 is taken high.
Outfield is playing fairly deep. So if you're Olsen, you're going to be aggressive and want to score on any ball hit.
A lot of room in left center for Albies if he can spray one that way. Room down the line as well. They do have those funky angles in the corners where the bullpen gates are. Some bad luck for the Braves last night. Cost him a run. See if Ozzie can jump on a 2-0. He tried to and skies it into shallow center. Perdomo goes out. Thomas comes in. The center fielder puts that away. And the Braves are out of luck in the second inning. We go to the home half. 2-0 Diamondbacks in game 2.
With 2 strikes and whether or not you get a strikeout. The curveball. Morton holds his like this. 12-6 straight down. His put away percentage on the curveball the last 4 seasons has been 30%. This year, 18%. Guys, as we've talked about, he's struggled with the high fastball at times on location, and the curveball, he spiked it and hit some guys. Needs to get back on track. Peter.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I can speak from experience that there's a big difference between feeling healthy and having the feel for all your pitches. You can be totally 100% healthy and feeling great, velocity's there, spinning it like normal, but there's just something off with your delivery, whether it's mechanical, whether it's that little bit of release right at the end, whether it's a grip thing. It's just something he's just missing. And I went through the whole first half of the year. I think I had a 6 or 7 ERA for the first half, and then I ended up giving up 1 run after the All-Star break.
On the ground by Cooper Hummel. Ozzie with a nice play, and Olsen stretches out. 4 out number 1. Your situation, though, Peter, was an arm problem. Charlie Morton's coming back from the fractured leg.
Yeah, it's all a break in the normal routine, though. It's like he would have had to spend a few months not throwing, and then that normal time where you're not throwing, you have to build that back up again. Then you have to then develop a feel for all your pitches by going through a whole throwing progression from 60 feet, 90 feet, 120 feet. Then you start throwing flat grounds, and then you have to build yourself up throwing 1 pitch off the mound. What I love is that he's continuing to throw it. He's not shying away from it. He knows that that's his pitch. He knows that if I break it down like a video game, it's his X button pitch. It's the one that he goes to all the time. And without that, it's got to be frustrating. Imagine if I was, for those that remember me pitching, I was a sinker slider guy. Imagine me trying to go out and throw an inning without my slider. That's effectively what Charlie's having to do right now.
He's ahead of Alec Thomas, the Arizona center fielder, quickly. 0-2. And that one laced to left. Duvall got a great jump. And near the line puts that away for the second out.
And guys, something I'd like to say, having thrown the curveball is a lot of times you throw it with your feet. What I mean by that is on the curveball, I would shorten up and have a stiff front leg so that I could get on top to get the 12-6 spin. So when you have broken your leg last pitch in the World Series last year, you're coming back from that and you're changing where your stride length is and how much flexibility you have in that front knee so you can get in front of it and spin the ball. I gotta believe some of that comes into play.
Geraldo Perdomo is the shortstop, the 4th-rated Arizona prospect, and he takes ball 1 ball, no strikes. Then you factor in, guys, short spring training.
Yep.
Which certainly can't help any pitcher coming off even a healthy offseason.
Yeah, everything's sort of just piled one on top of the other on top of the other. It's just, but the thing with Charlie too is that you can see the frustration building because he knows that he feels great. He knows that he looks at the spin rate, he looks at the velocity, he looks at the spin of every one of his pitches, and it's all the same as it was. There's just something missing in the delivery, and that's what they're trying to discover.
Another pop fly. This one to straightaway center. Michael Harris has this one measured up, and Charlie Morton with an impressive 1-2-3. Bottom of the second inning. We go to the third. Adam Duvall will lead off. It's 2-0 Diamondbacks. That's what it's like to be an older sibling.
That's what it's like to work with me, right, BJ?
Yes, it is. Oh.
Might be the best sister in the world, too.
Little brother is just having so much fun. He's saying, come on, Braves, come back.
Yep. Let's do that to the baseball here in the third inning, right? Duvall, Harris, and Ronald Acuna Jr. are coming up. Braves have one hit. That was an Olsen double. A 2-run homer in the first is the only offense to this point. And a shot to right field. There's a good approach. Adam Duvall. Hard hit ball. And the Braves have their first leadoff man on in tonight's game, Brian.
I love it, Peter. He went up there with aggressive mentality, knowing he's going to probably throw me strike one here. I'm looking to swing. Got a sinker that started outside, came across the middle, and looking to drive it the other way. Man, if he can continue to do that, I'd love to see Adam get hot.
Michael Harris up for the first time tonight. He was 0 for 3 in last night's game. And that's taken low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Love to see him just stay aggressive. You know, coming up for the first time, being a young kid, all you're thinking about is putting the ball in play instead of just being yourself. And a couple of bats yesterday, it looked like he was just trying to put the ball in play instead of letting it get deep and swing.
That's a foul ball at first. And 1 ball, 1 strike. Brian, what's the biggest difference between Double-A pitching and Major League pitching?
Well, for me, at Double-A, you have your best prospects pitching. But when you make that jump to the big leagues, I think it's easier because you know these pitchers are going to be around the plate. Where in Double-A, this guy's got those big arms. You don't know whether it's going to be. And I told Michael that. I said, look, this gets easier in the big leagues. Just relax and be yourself and get a good pitch out over the plate and just drive it like you would in Double-A. Easier said than done because you got the jitters and, you know, your family's watching and you want to do really well. And the big thing that you do is instead of letting the ball get deep, you try to jump out there and go get it. And that's what we're seeing out of him. I want to see him square one up.
2 balls and a strike. That one's squared up and right to the shortstop. And the peg to first is going to be not in time. Good speed by Harris. Let's see if the Diamondbacks take a look at this bang bang play at first. You've got Acuna coming up either with a man aboard or 2 outs. We shall see.
No, he just showed his speed right here. He was picking him up, picking him down. That's a good call.
Did he step on second base? No, he missed second base.
Oh, he's there.
Right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
So Duvall is forced out. Harris is at first on the force play.
Look at this right here. He steps over it and throws. Maybe he touched it with his back leg.
Nope.
No,
he did not.
He never touched second base. And Acuna rips one toward the gap. Look at Harris fly around second, on his way to third. He's going to score easily. Ronald around second. He stumbles around the bag, on his way to third. He's out. One stumble at second cost him a triple. But a double drives home Harris, and the Braves are on the board.
Boy, what an example of what speed can do. Just beating out the double play first of all, and then being able to score on this ball, shot to left center by Ronald.
And what did I tell you? Second time around, we're going to get to this pitcher. Threw a hanging curveball. Ronald Acuna aggressive on that pitch. And here, yeah, you can see him kind of squabble around second base there. But I don't mind that for him, because you don't want him to try to stop coming off a knee injury. Keep going.
Well, it's an RBI hit for Acuna, his 10th ribby. The non-touch of the bag at second cost the Braves a run, but they've got one back with 2 outs, a 2-1 game. And here's Dansby, who ripped one to left. Now he dumps one into right. So the Braves have 4 hits, 3 of them in this 3rd inning.
You can't draw it up any better than that. You know the sinker's coming. You get your hands in.
Yeah.
And with Dansby case, he'll take the single. He's not trying to do too much, not trying to swing for a home run.
Yep.
Pretty nasty pitch. Get on base.
That's our pet peeve too. We're trying to get right-handed hitters to pull that ball, and for those guys that have the ability to keep their hands inside and drive it to the right field, that's a frustrating thing for a sinker ball guy.
And that's why Dansby's been so hot.
So here's Ozuna, runner at first, 1 in, 2 outs.
You know how much Marcel likes that ball down and in.
Well, he got it his first at bat. He watched him. Now he's ready for it.
Little dribbler left side. Rojas with a bare hand throws to first. And that will retire the side. Productive inning for the Braves. They pick up a run on 3 hits. Boy, oh boy, watching Michael Harris run is a thrill. It's a 2-1 game.
The DBacks host the Minnesota Twins at Chase Field for Father's Day weekend. Be sure to break down on Father's Day Sunday, June 19th, and pick up a DBacks Hawaiian shirt courtesy of Cox. Get your tickets at DBacks.com.
Baseball is brought to you by Truist with Paul Berg, Ryan Jordan, Peter Moylan, Chip Carey with you. Entertaining start. Braves are only down 1. Charlie Morton back to work with Jake Hager, the second baseman, leading off for the Diamondbacks. Charlie Morton gets a break with Hager getting the start. Ketel Marte is their hottest hitter with a 12-game hitting streak and not in tonight's lineup.
Very surprised to see that, especially after last night.
Seeing this curveball sharpen up a bit, Peter?
Yeah, first pitch cutter there, which was interesting pitch selection. Something that nobody on that Diamondbacks bench would be looking for. And then, yeah, a really nice curveball there. Great location. It frees him up with a right-handed batter in there to really rip on it. And then, of course, he can throw 97 at any point. This is what I say. Charlie Morton is not broken. Everybody wants to say he's broken. You just look at the way he's throwing the baseball. I know the results aren't showing up right now, but he's well and truly on his way.
Strike 3 freezes Hager. 96 on the outside corner for Charlie's second strikeout. He's set down 5 straight now.
It's just a nasty fastball. I don't know what Hager's looking for there with 2 strikes. But, I mean, there's no sense in panicking on Charlie Morton. I mean, we saw last year he got off to a slow start, and all of a sudden, I mean, he got on fire. And with the shortened spring training, I don't want to continue to stress that. It's like he's continuing to find himself. And this would be a huge game if he can get through 6.
Dalton Varsho's the Arizona leadoff man. He was hit by a breaking ball on an 0-2 count and scored ahead of the Walker first inning homer that came with 2 men down. Dalton Varsho comes from a great baseball family. His dad, Gary Varsho, played in the major leagues. And Dalton, a catcher, center fielder, and DH. That one hit a mile high down the right field line, but curling, and over the Braves bullpen foul. Think he was looking fastball?
Absolutely.
Wow, that was 97, and he was out in front of it.
And that's what tells you what makes hitting so hard as well. He might be looking for that pitch, but you've still got to be able to put a good swing on it.
And that's what I tell you. If you're aggressive and you're looking for a pitch to be a strike or around the strike zone, you can do that. Good change up there.
Peter, is that pitch easier to throw in these conditions and maybe even say Colorado than say the traditional curveball or the hard curveball that Charlie features?
I wouldn't say it's easier. I think it's more responsive in the thin air. A lot of guys have to change the way they pitch.
Popped up. Who wants this? Harris comes streaking in. He gives way to Dansby Swanson, who makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play. 2 outs, I beg your pardon.
Multiple times when I've gone into Colorado, I've thrown sinkers that I think were going to sink, and I've worn Brian McCann's face mask out because it's cut. So that's something that guys have to adjust to. I've gone into Colorado multiple times without a breaking ball because it just wouldn't spin the way that I was expecting it to, and I might have a starting point that would be a right-handed hitter's front hip, and I have to completely adjust that and move it closer to the plate because I'm having to rely on less break because of the thinner air. So there's adjustments all the time. There's the new mound. If you come into a new mound, they might set it up differently from city to city. You have to make those adjustments.
But how about that breaking ball? It's been an in and out pitch for him, wouldn't you say, the first 3 innings?
Yeah, he's certainly shown, and even first few games, even the last few weeks, he's shown signs that there's been good ones there. And you can see him mixing in other pitches now. Travis and him are doing such a good job with the cutter, the changeup. A lot of different variations of the way he can go about it. He's just got so many weapons.
That's low for Josh Rojas. 2 balls and a strike. Charlie has set down 6 in a row after the first inning 2-run homer. Braves just got a run back in the 3rd inning. 2-1 game, game 2 of 3. Here at Chase Field in Phoenix. There's a beautiful bender. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Again, the fact that he's throwing that 2-1, 2-0, he's feeling confident enough to throw that pitch now shows me that he's starting to get comfortable with it. Despite the fact that he was bounced one off his back foot, he's still going to it now.
Right off his thumbs and out of play.
And I go back to the fact that Travis called that pitch very next pitch after he hit him on the foot, just to make sure that he reiterates, Charlie, we need this pitch, man. We're going to have to throw this pitch throughout the night. So let's get back to it. Feels like they found it.
Much more economical work for Morton so far. He's about to make his 40th pitch with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And another breaking ball bounced toward the Braves dugout. As Rojas stays alive. Lots of Braves fans here in Phoenix for this series. The world champions' only visit to the Valley of the Sun. A lot of action in the first 3 tonight. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Rojas over the top. The peg to first is in time, and Charlie Morton has struck out 3 Arizona hitters. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 4th. It's 2-1. Charlie Morton's curveball. He's starting. For every homer hit by the Braves over the next 4 years, Truist will donate $755 to the Braves Foundation's Henry Louis Aaron Fund with a minimum commitment of $1 million. Our update as of today, $46,055 thanks to 61 homers. Let's see if Austin Riley can add to that total again tonight. Mammoth home run last night out into the pool in right center field. One here would get us tied. It's a 2-1 Arizona lead after 3 innings.
Let's go, Austin. You go, brother.
Well, the Braves did a nice job offensively in the 3rd inning, hitting the ball the other way. Swanson a base hit. Duvall a base hit to right. Acuna's double brought home Michael Harris, who beat out a would-be double play ball. And that one scorched in between the shift. Austin Riley barrels another ball. So Riley with a 9-game hitting streak. And for the 2nd inning in a row, guys, the Braves have the leadoff man aboard.
Well, Pete, I said 2nd time through this lineup, he's going to have trouble. And we are laying out on that changeup, that curveball. We're waiting back and barreling the ball up.
That was another loud shot from Austin Riley's bat. The consistency's been so impressive from Austin this year.
Matt Olson with a double his first trip. Nearly got plunked. 1 ball, no strikes. 22 doubles for Matt Olson. His last 6 hits have been doubles. 22 doubles, 19 singles, to put that in perspective for Matt at the plate, with 5 homers too. And then shaved off an outer corner. A changeup evens the count. Matt has a ton of room up the middle and in left center here.
It's no secret what Matt can do once he gets hot. We saw it in the first 2.5 weeks of the season, where he was just gap to gap. Oppo in San Diego, pulling balls off the foul pole. He knows it's in there.
The toughest thing to do, though, is early in the year he was hitting with nobody on, driving the ball all over the place, and then you finally get runners on and you try.
Oh, baby! Turned on that one, didn't he? Braves have the lead.
That's what I'm talking about, Pete. Being aggressive. That is huge.
That's got to feel so good from Matt right there. He's leading the world in doubles, but everybody knows that everybody wants a lift and separate every now and then, and Matty got one right there. Wow, what a swing.
Tell you what, Matt was really accountable after a tough night last night. The quick turnaround today, you hit a homer, you have a double, you give your team the lead. That'll lift your spirits.
And you better believe he slept all night thinking about missing that ball on a double play and how can I make up for it, and this is a huge way to do it.
So the Braves have the lead. Castellanos, homer prone, gives up another one here. That's now 6 homers in 18 innings for him, covering his last 3+ starts. Travis d'Arnaud, the batter, and might have cracked his bat, and did. Strike 1.
BJ, that wasn't a cookie either. That was a cutter up and in.
Yeah.
He's got his hands inside and just went.
That was that aggressive swing we saw at Truist Park. That fastball was up and he turned on it down the line. It's almost the exact same pitch.
So the Braves lead 3-2. Nobody out. Travis d'Arnaud down a strike here in the 4th inning. Albies and Duvall will follow. And a strike.
You know, it's just amazing. That's what Sice and him really working on. How to get back to being aggressive at the plate. And it worked at Truist Park, remember. Now he gets back to it today.
Another shot the other way. Braves are all over that changeup and slider now. They have made the adjustment. That's 3 straight Atlanta hits in the inning. d'Arnaud's first of the night. And Ozzie Albies will be the hitter. But first, Brent Strom, the pitching coach, is on his way to the mound for the Diamondbacks.
First time through the lineup, throwing that nasty sinker, curveball, changeup. You see it once. And the next time up, I told you, these guys would get him.
he's making pitches. It's not as though we are hitting fastballs down the middle. He's making his pitches, but and we've got a plan.
Right, you got a plan, and the great thing about it, you're not trying to do too much with that changeup. It's going away from you. Just slap it the other way, and that's what we're doing. And that's when the Braves are at their best.
So the Bravos already with 7 hits tonight. Last night they had 8 hits and have had 10 or more hits in 4 of the last 8 they've played. They're on pace to get to double digits tonight. Here's Ozzie. He wants to get in on the fun. He popped out his first time up, and this one line to first, a tough luck double play. Christian Walker, right place, wrong time for Ozzie Albies. Nothing you can do about that. 2 outs.
Wow, he hit that ball hard. Oh man, that ball was by him almost.
The ball almost caught him if you look at it. That's tough luck. Do you go away as a hitter and think, oh man, I made great contact?
No.
You're frustrated, aren't you?
I'm frustrated. He just took my triple away. Because you know if they get down that line, it's a triple for Albies.
Could end up like a pinball down there too.
And an RBI.
So new life for Castellanos. Duvall the batter. Adams singled his first time up. 3-2 Braves. A long Matt Olson homer to right. With Austin Riley aboard, they've given Charlie Morton his first lead of the game. Charlie has set down 7 straight hitters. That's poked into the upper deck behind us. It's 0-2.
And here again, Peter, Duvall being aggressive, swinging at the first 2 pitches. That first pitch was a little in, but I just love the attitude, the mentality. You're not sitting back and taking those close pitches any longer.
Castellanos can't find a sign he likes. So the native of Mexico steps off the pitcher's plate. And now looks in at Varsho again. The 1-2 count. It's 2-2.
It's just a matter of time Adams going to break out.
Popped into shallow center. Drifting out is Hager, and the second baseman hauls that in, and that retires the side. Good inning for the Braves again. 2 runs on 3 hits. Matt Olson has his second extra base hit of this game and his 6th home run of the season. That puts the Braves in front in the 4th. And he enjoys facing the Diamondbacks, Peter. That's our Chick-fil-A game nugget, brought to you, of course, by Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, 11 starts versus the Diamondbacks. A 5-1 record, as you see there. 3.75 ERA, and the strikeout to walk ratio 2.4. BJ, gotta love that.
Pavin Smith greets him in the 4th inning, and a good curveball gets him in the count. Smith popped out his first time up, and he backs it up.
The key is they don't have to all be these 32-mile-per-hour spinning buzzsaw curveballs. They can be the ones that you've just seen, the 2 back-to-back curveballs that dump in for strikes.
And then with that high fastball, which is something Charlie learned at the knee of Brent Strom, the pitching coach he had with the Astros, who is now serving as the Arizona pitching coach. So, you know, Charlie wants to impress his former mentor tonight. He's certainly doing that.
He wants to beat him. I know
that too. He's only given up 1 hit. The pitch. off the netting. And 0-2 the count.
98 on that fastball.
I would love to see him throw a changeup to Peyton Smith, though. He is on that fastball.
This kid's a good-looking hitter, isn't he?
He is.
4 homers in his last 8 games. Out of the University of Virginia.
Cavaliers.
It's amazing that you guys can just hear the names of colleges and just pick the mascot. Bang.
Well, that's because I went to school down the street, Richmond. The Spiders, baby. Don't get caught in the web.
Here we go. The pitch. Strike 3 call. Charlie Morton. There's the changeup, BJ. You called that.
Got him.
And that's 4 strikeouts for Charlie. He's set down 8 in a row.
Beautiful changeup here. Caught the bottom of the zone. Great job by Travis to frame that. Pick it up from potentially a little bit below the zone, but man, great job framing Travis.
Yes.
We'll take that one.
So Christian Walker, 7 of his last 10 hits have been homers, but he's hitting 176 in that stretch.
I would say, Peter, don't hang a curveball.
Instead, he saws him off, breaks his bat, and that's going to dump into center field for a base hit. The barrel of the bat almost went as far as the baseball.
That's a strong kid.
The lumber ends up on the grass between short and third, and Walker's 2 for 2.
That's just total strength right there. Fastball in, off your knuckles, you break the bat.
It's not strength, that's luck, BJ.
No, that's strength.
Charlie made a great pitch.
But he hit it off the knuckles, and it went that far.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Peralta, the hitter. Charlie struck him out in the first inning. He'd love a ground ball here. He'll get a line drive, and Ozzie couldn't glove that. Acuna comes up firing. Throw to second is going to be late. Not sure if Ozzie mistimed his jump. This ball was absolutely crushed.
It looked like it was knuckling from what I saw and just almost took him with it.
So back-to-back hits.
Great job by Ronald Acuna, though, coming up. He noticed he stopped, was going back to first base, and made a bullet throw home. I mean, the second base here.
So a broken bat hit, a hard hit single now by Peralta, and Cooper Hummel, the designated hitter, stands in. He grounded out his first time up.
This is where Charlie last year would be so good, bear down, give them absolutely nothing to hit, force them to hit your pitch.
Hummel's had trouble making contact. His strikeout rate very high, 33 of them in 91 at bats this year. Charlie to the stretch for the first time since the first inning here in the home fourth with the lead. The pitch.
One thing you can say about these Diamondback hitters, they get 2-0 counts. They are looking to swing. Looking dead red fastball.
We can use that against them right here.
No swing. And now Charlie all of a sudden behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes to Cooper Hummel. Walker at second, Peralta at first with 1 out. Still some work to do for Mr. Morton. 3 balls and a strike. Short lead at second. The pitch is on the ground. Might be two. Ozzie Glove, second base one. Dansby the turn. He got it. Hadaway Charlie, just what the doctor ordered. 4-6-3 and out. Arizona, no luck in the fourth. Great job by Charlie. He protects a 3-2 lead. Fans, this week's your last chance to sign up for the Braves Country 5K at Truist Park on Saturday, June 11th. Of course, we'll take you through the streets surrounding the Battery Atlanta before heading back to the ballpark, and you'll cross the finish line on the field. Your registration includes a Braves game ticket and a 5K race t-shirt. Go to braves.com/5K. 9-1-2 for Atlanta. Michael Harris will get it started. His speed kept the Braves out of a double play, and he later scored on Ronald's double to left center field. He can really run.
Pick him up, put him down.
And fouled away by Michael. No balls, 2 strikes. Castellanos ready. And that bounces away from Varsho. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves have won 3 straight series in Arizona. Need to win tonight to have a chance to extend that to 4. They lead 3-2. 2-run Matt Olson homer. The difference. And Michael didn't get that. He's out on a fastball, and that's out number 1. In the 5th inning. Top of the order, Ronald Acuna Jr., the hitter. And Ronald is our Coors Light beating the pressure feature, fellas.
327 in the last 15 games. Look, when he came back, he brought the energy. And by driving the ball, getting on base early, it's a different Braves team. Look at that, 7 stolen bases.
He's thinking about doing serious damage here in the 5th inning. RBI number 10 for Acuna came in the 3rd inning. He was thrown out trying to go from second to third after a stumble around the second base bag. And while the Diamondbacks talk it over, let's step aside quickly for a word from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
And Acuna's hit right in the middle of the back. Didn't like that.
Yeah, at some point you just got to go out and get the pitcher. I mean, the catcher goes out and talks to the pitcher. The next pitch is at your back.
Like a drop down straight in the middle. Like that seems just a little bit odd to me. I mean, I get it. You're dropping down. You're trying to come inside, but there's a big difference between down and in and up and in.
I mean, it's happening too often, though, to Acuna.
I mean, what would be the reason? Because he got thrown out at third on a triple?
Well, he maybe flipped the bat when he hit that ball.
So that's the 4th time Ronald's been hit by a pitch this year, Paul. What do you think happened there?
Because if you're a starting pitcher and you hit somebody, you send a signal. You don't want one of your guys getting hit, so you make sure they know it wasn't intentional. Castellanos walked towards home at Acuna and stared at him and had words for him. You don't do that.
My guess is he didn't like the bat flip. Just a guess.
Well, I get that, but you know, you drilled somebody up and in close to their head with the fastball. You understand that.
Paul, as a pitcher,
he's not going to be happy about it and just put the bat down and say, hey, it's all okay. He's going to get angry. And you know that as a starting pitcher. So when you walk towards a hitter and you have words for him, look out.
Yeah, as a hitter, and I get drilled in the upper back, and I see a pitcher walking toward me saying some words, I'm going to get him because that was intentional. And at some point, Ronald keeps getting hit. You know, I can't blame him for going after the pitcher.
I'm a pitcher, and There's one way to avoid bat flips. Stop giving up missiles. Simple.
Well, in this new game, it's so common. I mean, you don't hit guys anymore. Back in our day, yes, you hit guys that flip bats, but not in today's game.
Short lead at first for Ronald. And that's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, the surest way to get back at Castellanos is to steal a base and score on a base hit. And you know, Ronald is perfect in stolen bases this year. 9 for 9. Not sure if any warnings were issued. The home plate umpire Jim Reynolds did look into the Arizona Diamondbacks dugout. As Ronald leads at first, not going, and that's hammered down the line. That's foul.
You better believe Acuna was going to score on that ball. That's fair.
Look at this.
He's staring in at Castellanos, who's now behind the mound.
It's just so frustrating. I thought we were done with all that, honestly. It's just, I'm an older player. I've been around. BJ, you're the same way. It's just so uncalled for. If it was deliberate, obviously, you're never going to admit it. We'll never know intent. But from me staring at it as a pitcher who's played this game, it looked really bad.
Yeah, especially after the catcher goes out and talks to you. You had a plan.
And I'll say this too, if you want to hit somebody on purpose, and a lot of people disagree with me, but there is a time where you protect your player. There's a time where you pitch inside, this and that. But that's how you act if you wanted to hit somebody. If you don't want to hit somebody, you go behind the mound, you pick up the rosin, you throw it down in disgust to let them know, hey, it wasn't on purpose, hopefully trying to protect some of your guys who are going to have to come to the plate too.
Well, think about what happened in Atlanta when Alcantara hit Acuna.
Yeah.
Totally different reaction for the pitcher.
Exactly. There was a different feeling to that.
So Ozuna hits with Ronald at first, 2 outs. And that's a little low. Ball 1.
It's a lot simpler, like in Japan, if they had the hat tip rule. You just tip your hat and that shows that you didn't mean it.
Yeah, I was waiting for Roger Clemens to tip his cap after he drilled me, but didn't happen.
No. 1 ball, 1 strike.
But even that, BJ, you knew when that was intentional or when it wasn't, based on a reaction by other guys in the past too.
No, you're right. And I was kidding. Roger Clemens didn't hit me. I was a little nervous though. When I got around the plate, you know how I used to do the old shuffle when I hit a home run?
Yeah.
I did it against Roger Clemens. And I looked back and he smiled at me. He let me get away with it, Paul.
How nervous were you the next time you got in the box?
I was so nervous. I did not dig in, believe me. But it's a different game now, Paul. So different.
I just know when I got in a fight with Eddie Perez and you were scratching your cleats on the line, I was like, okay, that's the guy I don't want to have come after me.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, in the old days, there was sort of an eye for an eye mentality. Charlie Morton's not afraid to pitch inside. Charlie Morton's not afraid to throw hard.
Call your friends, tell them to tune into this game.
It is, however, just a 1-run game. We'll see how it plays out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Better at bat for Ozuna here in the Braves' 5th. He sees a deep count. There is action in the Arizona bullpen. Kyle Nelson is warming up as Castellanos delivers. And off the net.
I have a feeling that Marcel might want that one back.
Yeah. There's Mr. Nelson.
Back in the old days, I'd say he'd be getting ready for Olsen, but now you just don't know with the guys that can come in and get both sides out.
Ronald leads. There he goes. The pitch is taken low, and the inning will continue. So a hit batsman, a walk, sets it up for Austin Riley, who has a single and a run scored tonight. That's Castellanos' first walk in the game. He's given up 7 hard hit balls by the Braves, and now Riley looks for another one. How satisfying would it be for Acuna to score here? That one got away, and everybody moves up.
Maybe it wasn't intentional when the longer the inning goes on.
Well, now you're in a spot where a hit gets 2.
Yeah, this is where you got to make them pay.
Austin Riley ahead in the count. Listen to the Braves fans here in Phoenix.
Right man, right time.
Riley in the driver's seat. Big spot in this game with the Braves looking to add to a 3-2 lead. Nowhere near. And all of a sudden Castellanos has lost the magic. A walk, a wild pitch, all of this with 2 outs, and of course the emotion of the what looked like an intentional drilling of Ronald Acuna Jr. here in this 5th. With the lead, I wonder if Riley would have the hit privilege. I'd turn him loose.
Yes, he does.
Three balls, no strikes for Austin Riley. The pitch. How about that curveball?
Wow.
That was impressive.
3-0 curveball. What a pitch.
He might throw it again. He's not had good fastball command in this inning. And again, that right and right center field approach has served the Braves well. It would serve Riley well here. He's got a ton of room the opposite way with a 3-1 count. It's 3-2.
As a pitcher, I'm thinking that I'm going to obviously try and get him to swing at something off the dish.
Off the dish?
Yeah. Or he may come back to sinking down and in too, and he might deposit it.
That 3-0 curveball he may come back with.
Payoff. Missed inside. They are loaded. So the Diamondbacks are trying to gift wrap a big inning to the Braves as Castellanos runs out of gas in the 5th inning. 2 strikeouts, a hit batsman, and 2 walks have loaded the bases, and Torey Lovullo is on his way to the middle of the diamond. We'll keep an eye on Ronald Acuna Jr., who's going to stare this man down as he makes his way into the Diamondbacks dugout. Braves enjoy a 3-2 lead. And I think Torey Lovullo said, do not go to the third base side of the dugout. Go in straight away. And he does exactly that.
Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Braves lead at 3-2. They've got them loaded with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Matt Olson has had a huge night at the plate. A 2nd inning double, and in the 4th inning he provided us with our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Got a fastball up in the zone, and that's the aggressive swing I love to see out of Matt Olson. 2-run Jimmy Jack.
So lefty versus lefty here with 2 outs.
ton of sliders from this guy. 70% sliders. Matt's going to be looking to drive that ball.
And a quick strike from Kyle Nelson. It's 0-1. He was claimed from the Guardians on waivers last November. Braves getting their first look at him, and quickly Matt behind 0-2. Braves have him loaded without benefit of a hit. Hit batsman, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts as well. And now let's see what Olsen can do with Marcell Ozuna cheering him on at second. Like to see that. Big spot in the game, the pitch. Slider again, Peter.
I think he's seen both pitches now. He's going to try and get him to swing at something like that. I think Matt's going to be ready.
Yeah, after hitting that home run up in the zone, that first fastball, boy, I hated to see him take that pitch.
Nelson's done an excellent job of stranding runners. He's got 3 aboard here. The 1-2. Oh boy, that was close. He wanted that, baby. Count even 2-2. Whew. What a take.
Got to be honest, he would have had me struck out with this one.
Yeah, that was. I would have struck out too. That's too close to take.
Now the 2-2. Now it's 3-2. He's got to throw a strike. This is where Matt has been good all year. Even when he hasn't racked up his hits, he's seen a lot of deep counts and he's taken his share of walks. So now he's got to see a strike, or the Braves will add to a 3-2 lead. Acuna leads at third. Nelson ready, and a cue shot is foul.
These are the moments that I really enjoy as an analyst that used to just drive me insane as a pitcher. You come into these situations, you've got bases loaded. It was what you lived for. You wanted to get in and out of these situations, and I knew my career was going to come to an end when I didn't want to be in these situations. I would rather it be someone else than me, because I felt like I just couldn't get the job done anymore.
Again, a 3-2 pitch for Matt. Swing, line drive, base hit. 1-run scores. Marcel's going to score. Look at Ronald waving him around. Heading toward third, Riley. He'll slam on the brakes. It's another double for Matt Olson, and the Braves break the game open. And Ronald Acuna Jr. with a parting shot to the Arizona dugout as he scores his first run of the game. Braves now lead it 5-2.
Wow, just a great piece of hitting there. 3-2 count. Tries to sneak that fastball by you. Here, he just doesn't do too much. That's the outer half of the plate. Just went perfectly with that pitch.
But how about the take?
Yes.
Instead of strike 3 to get to ball 3. One pitch can mean everything in a game. Boy, that might be the big one tonight.
And now we have lefty-righty matchup from a guy that really throws a ton of left-handed sliders that are going to be coming down and into those right-handed bats.
But what is that going to do for Matt Olson? Hits a 2-run homer, bases loaded. Wow, I hope he just relaxes and just be himself, because he's a great player.
Smoke down the left field line, and foul off the net by d'Arnaud. Olson 3 for 3, 4 RBIs. And for the offense guys that last night couldn't pick up a hit with runners in scoring position in the last 2 innings, a couple of huge knocks, one by Acuna and one by Matt Olson.
It's been the difference the last 2 weeks. Really has. It's so noticeable, especially if we've been working so much, Beach. We get to see so much of it.
Yeah.
Travis d'Arnaud, a base hit in the 4th inning. Part of his 1 for 2 night tonight. The Braves 5 runs on 8 hits. A 2-run double by Olson. And this one chopped toward third. Rojas with the long throw across, and that's in time. They hit Ronald Acuna Jr. They walked 2 hitters, and then Matt Olson delivered a big 2-run double, and the Braves extend the lead. 5-2 your score. And 3 hits, 4 RBIs in Game 2 in Phoenix. The MLB Ballpark app completes your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. All right, so some more wiggle room for Charlie Morton, fellas. He's through 4 innings. He's retired 9 of the last 11 hitters. He leads the game 5-2. And Alek Thomas takes a breaking ball for a strike.
And that's been the key for me, is that the curveball has been, may not be all the way back, but it's certainly been as effective as we've used to see from Charlie.
And he's pretty economical right now with just 56 pitches.
Yeah. That last inning was huge to get that double play. That's the, when you've got something like a changeup or a sinker that you can use against these guys in aggressive counts, 2-0, 3-1. Use their aggressive, the young team. They want to be the hero. They want to get things done. Like you talk about all the time, young guys trying to jump out, get that ball instead of letting it come to them.
Right.
You can use that against them in big moments.
And this will be a big moment to throw that changeup if you trust it.
1-2 pitch for the Arizona center fielder. A little rollover, but that's off his foot foul.
And he trusted, because that was a nasty changeup. Got him out in front.
Alek Thomas, the #1 prospect in the Diamondbacks system, out of Chicago, Illinois. He's been around baseball clubhouses his whole young life. His dad used to be the strength and conditioning coach for the White Sox.
Wow.
So he's known all about the pro game for a long, long time. The 1-2 pitch. On the ground, fouled away. Dave McKay, 70 years young, makes the play at first. Longtime assistant with Tony La Russa, 38 years as a coach, and still throws great batting practice. We saw that before the game. The 1-2, way high. All the momentum in the Braves dugout after that huge Olsen 2-run double. Castellanos gave up all 5 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Don't give any momentum back to the D-backs. Get this first man, but Alek Thomas fighting hard here.
It's a good battle right here. Thomas, 8th pitch coming up. Gotta frustrate you pitchers. I mean, he is fouling off that nasty changeup. Come with 3 of them so far. You come back with it right here.
So a full count. Long inning for Morton to rest. Now he faces a payoff pitch to the leadoff man. Here it is, and he lost him. So that is the first walk for Charlie Morton, and it brings up Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop. Long sequence. Well, it's doubly frustrating, Peter. You walk the leadoff guy, but you take a lot of pitches to do it.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to be kicking himself there, obviously.
Especially starting him off 0-2.
Perdomo popped up his first time. And that's over but low. 1 ball, no strikes.
You look at this season, the 5th inning has really been a trouble spot for Charlie Morton. And we talk about how economical he was after the 4 innings. Now he's just laboring.
Leadoff walk, now 2-0 for the shortstop. 5-2 Braves lead. With Geraldo Perdomo, the second cousin of Padres pitcher Luis Perdomo. If you didn't know that. See if Charlie can get another double play ball here. Fast runner at first and the plate. That's hammered into the netting foul. 2 balls and a strike.
So that's 95, and he's almost pulled that over the Braves dugout. Young hitter trying to impress, trying to get something done. We could really use that. I'd like to see Charlie go something down and away here.
Yeah, but that was such a hitter's count too. Oh, you're looking to swing. You know he got to come with a fastball, so a little too aggressive there.
The right-hander ready. Here it is. Charlie wants to know where that one missed. I guess low. 3 balls and a strike. Big pitch. And here it is. Line drive second. Throw back to first. Double play. Thomas wandered too far, a base running mistake, and he's erased. Just what Charlie needed. 2 outs.
Wow, that's a big play.
Sometimes you got to get lucky. Great positioning by the Braves. Line drive right at Ozzie. Quick hands, makes the turn. Just how you draw it up.
Well, say what you want if you're Thomas, man. That's a tough play because that ball's hit. Your first instinct is to take at least a step towards second. Good reaction by Albies throwing him out.
So Jake Hager at second base tonight. And new life for Morton, who starts him off with a curveball. First inning, Peter, that pitch was, what, 50% effective? It looks like it's a lot better now.
Yeah, even the misses, when he misses with it, he's not pulling it so drastically like he was early on.
And now Morton a strike away from a shutdown inning and turning it back over to the Braves offense.
He's throwing an awful lot of changeups.
Yeah. Just like we saw with Max, right? Max, known for that fastball inside, that slider inside. Sometimes you just got to make adjustments and go with something else, and he's able to do it because he hones those weapons as well. Charlie's starting to do that as well.
You know, we talk all the time about young pitchers learning from veteran starters. I wonder if Charlie Morton took a page out of what Spencer Strider did last night. All those changeups against a young, aggressive hitting team like Arizona.
Very left-handed.
That gate swings both ways, doesn't it? As Hager stays alive, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It does, and you're playing against a very young lineup who's very aggressive on the fastballs. They haven't missed too many fastballs, mistake fastballs that we've made. So you almost have to keep them off balance with that changeup.
The 2-2 pitch is lifted off to the right. Let's see who catches this one. A Braves fan from Scottsdale, Arizona, came up with that souvenir. Timed his leap perfectly. That was well done. 2 balls, 2 strikes in a 5-2 game. Charlie ready, and here she is. Full count.
Another 8-pitch at bat here.
Swing and a miss. Charlie Morton's got the changeup working tonight. Shutdown inning in the 5th inning. Morton has struck out 5 Diamondbacks. He's gotten 2 double plays. He's also gotten 5 runs to play with in game 2. For the best coverage of the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. The Legends race here in Phoenix. Randy Johnson, Luis Gonzalez, Matt Williams, Mark Grace all racing to the finish line. And Mark Grace.
I had my money on Grace. Man.
As our director Mike Miller often says, Ozzie Albies leads off here in the 6th inning. And he unloads left center field, pretty deep, but not deep enough. Miscommunication. The ball drops. Ozzie's going to belly flop into second. Peralta and Thomas let one get between them, and the Braves get a huge leadoff break.
Said it before, BJ, just the lack of communication out there.
Yeah, I mean, Albies needed that. I mean, both of these guys, balls directly in the middle of both. Center fielder has to take control out there, guys. Thomas should have called him off, made the play there. Young guy, got a veteran in left field.
I mean, from that shot, it looked like Peralta was saying, I've got it.
But again, center fielder is the captain, and this kid is talented, a lot of speed. You got to take control. I know he's a veteran over there, but right there it got you in trouble. Because I guarantee the manager's going to say, that's your ball, kid.
So let's make him pay for that mistake. Adam Duvall, the hitter, and bounces one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, they can't say they lost it in the sun because the sun's gone down and the roof is open. Black skies overhead. And a gorgeous night in Phoenix. Braves with 5 runs, 9 hits. This one lifted right side. Walker gives chase to the warning track. He makes the catch. Nice play. And Duvall pops out, can't advance the runner, 1 away in the 6th inning.
It's a great play by Walker, making a catch and knowing Ozzie has speed on second base. He got rid of it quick. And what an arm.
So Michael Harris a chance with a runner in scoring position.
Beach, could facing a lefty here help Harris a little bit? Maybe keep his hips and shoulders tucked in a little bit, maybe stop him from flying open?
Well, you hope so. You hope he can keep that front side in. But again, he's been a little quick. Which again, a young kid coming up, it happens. But he's going to have to fight to keep that front side closed. You know you're going to see some sliders.
And we are told that Michael Harris has plenty of pop the other way as a left-hand hitter. His first base hit was hit the other way back at Truist Park. See if he can pick up his second one right here with 1 out. Braves have a 3-run lead. The pitch. Smoked into center. There's a base hit. Here comes Ozzie around third. Thomas loads up. Here comes his throw. It's out in front of the plate. RBI hit for Michael Harris. There you go, kid.
Exactly what I'm talking about right there, Beach.
That answered your question right there. Keeping that front side in. First RBI of his young career.
Good for you, Michael. I just had a feeling that, you know, he's been jumping out, as you said, BJ, against a lot of these right-handed, and they've been going with a lot of off-speed, a lot of change-ups, and he's been just trying to fight them off. But I just had a feeling that having that lefty who you know is going to come at you with a few sliders.
So Kyle Nelson's 8-game scoreless streak came to an end tonight with an RBI hit from Michael Harris, his first Major League RBI that extends the Braves' lead to 6-2. And we'll tell you who the new Diamondbacks reliever is after a break.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
6 runs on 10 more hits for the Braves in Game 2 in Phoenix. And Ronald Acuna Jr. is coming up. He'll face a Georgia boy, the pride of Portal, Georgia. In Bullock County, J.B. Wendelken is on for his 18th game.
Big right. He's going to come at you with a lot of 4-seam fastballs. Throw the slider off that. Likes to go down and away to right-handed hitters with that fastball. Watch for Ronnie to drive that ball right center gap.
And down and away for Ronald. 1 ball, no strikes. Acuna has an RBI hit. He's been hit by a pitch and he has scored. He's playing right field tonight, not the DH. So he's been productive batting first.
Would love to see Michael Harris, the second, be aggressive here, steal a base.
One ball, no strikes. Good lead. Not going. And that's away. Ball two. Wendelken from South Effingham High School and Middle Georgia State College. Boy, more and more we see players on not just our team but opposing teams from the fertile baseball ground that is the state of Georgia. Ronald itching to pull the trigger here. 2-0. Everything away.
Yep.
Green light 3-0 and pop straight back, and Ronald came out of his shoes and limps a bit as he makes his way back behind home plate, and the Arizona logo on the AstroTurf behind the dish.
That swing had some anger behind it.
Yeah, he's trying to make him pay for that hit by pitch. Got the green light to swing.
He'll have it here. 3 balls and a strike. On the ground to third. Rojas backs up, fires to second, 1 and to first in time. That's a double play. Braves get a run in the 6th inning. They extend the lead to 6-2 in game 2. Play with for Charlie Morton. He's got a 6-2 advantage. He's got the top of the Arizona order coming up in the 6th inning, guys. He'll start his 3rd trip through their order. Charlie's gotten 2 double plays in each of the last 2 innings. He has struck out 5 men. And Peter, how about the pitch count?
I want to see Charlie get through this inning. This is one thing that we've been missing from Charlie. He's getting through that 6th inning this year. So got a nice 6-2 cushion. We need him to put the gas down, get some nice 12, 13, 14 pitch inning here. Maybe send him back out for the 7th.
And your point's well taken. Quality start. 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less. Charlie Morton has 1 such start in the 9 he's made this year. 1 quality start. This would be a perfect time to get number 2 tonight. There is action in the bullpen. A.J. Minter is getting ready. Again, the Diamondbacks have loaded up with left-handed bats. So Lee, Minter, Will Smith will be very important tonight and tomorrow. That's up and away. Ball 3. He walked the leadoff man Alec Thomas in the 5th, and he's flirting to do that with Varsho here in the 6th. Both Arizona runs came in the 1st inning. Varsho was hit with an 0-2 pitch to start the game. He's back in the count, 3-2.
Got to get this leadoff hitter.
Missed with a changeup. And leadoff walks in back-to-back innings for Morton, and Josh Rojas will be the hitter.
Third baseman, Josh Rojas.
He just knows how much harder that makes it on yourself when you walk the leadoff guy. He's done a great job being able to battle back and get us out of the last 2 innings, but you can't just keep relying on that.
Line drive toward left center field. That's going to get down. Duvall knocks it down with a bare hand. And the Diamondbacks have runners at second and third. Ball gets away, but Olsen backs up behind the second base bag. And trouble afoot in the 6th inning. All starts with the leadoff walk. A Rojas double, second and third, and nobody out. Let's see if Rick Kranitz makes a visit or if it's going to be Brian Snitker. Both men pondering their options as they stand in the back of the Braves dugout down the first base line. And Snit's at the steps. Darno out. And it looks like Snit is going to go, at the very least, talk with Charlie Morton, if not go get him.
We've seen Snit do this a few times with Kyle and Max Fried. Maybe get a sense of what Charlie's thinking.
Well, there's your answer. 83 pitches, and Morton pitches 5+. So it's 6-2 Atlanta. Arizona with a threat, 2 on, nobody out. Sixth inning, guys, after a frustrating start to the game, he really seemed to settle in and dial in that breaking ball.
Yeah, he sure did. It was the breaking ball, it was the changeup, it was the cutter. He went to a lot of different pitches tonight to try and get through this inning, which I like. It's going to set him up nice for next time out. The curveball seemed to make some improvements today, which I think is a big step forward for him. Obviously, he hit Varsho with it, first hit of the game, but to make those adjustments, and him and Travis worked so well, getting him back in the zone with those curveballs. Obviously, he's been frustrated leaving 2 runners out there in the 6th, but he's given us a chance to win again, and we've got one of the best coming out now in A.J. Minter.
And you know about A.J. Minter and how good he is at stranding runners and retiring first batters, something he'd like to do right here with Pavin Smith, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Just stay out of the big inning here. You've got a 4-run lead, nobody out. And Smith struck out his last time, so maybe that's sticking in his craw here, as that's a little high. A cutter. 1 ball, no strikes.
As a reliever, you come into these situations, you understand that it's, you know, you've got your back up against the wall. You come in with a plan. You want to get out of here without giving up any runs, but you know that, you know, a sac fly and maybe a ground ball and a punch out gets you out of the inning with just 1 run.
Limit the damage.
Correct. Right. As you said, just avoid that big inning. Minter's been so good in this situation all year.
And so has the Braves bullpen. What a month for the Atlanta Relief Corps. A 3.03 ERA in May. That's another reason why this team is trending upwards. The pitch way outside, ball 2. That 3.03 relief ERA for Atlanta, the best in the National League this month. They've got some heavy lifting to do tonight. Need to get 12 outs with a 4-run lead. The 2-1 pitch to Pavin Smith. High fly ball center. Big yard, 407 out there. Harris makes the catch. Both runners will tag. Here comes the throw to third. Strong throw, but it'll be late. And Pavin Smith picks up an RBI. It's now a 6-3 game.
All right, well, there's your sac fly. Now I'll take a punch out, AJ, and a ground ball. Get out of here. Only giving up the 1 run.
Christian Walker's been a tough out, though. A 2-run homer in the first, and then you'll recall in the 4th inning, Charlie Morton just blew up his bat, and he was able to muscle a single for a 2-for-2 night. But now he's got to face a lefty. Let's see if the odds turn in AJ's favor here.
The theme of the night's been that changeup, and that's what's really been the difference for AJ against right-handed hitters this year. He's been throwing that as a 3rd pitch, almost a 2nd pitch against right-handed hitters, when all they're thinking about is that 97 and 92 mile-an-hour cutter down and in.
Driven to right. That's pretty deep. Acuna going back to the warning track at the wall. Leaping try, can't get it. A run is in. Walker on his way to second. He's around third. Slams on the brakes as the throw comes in too high. So Christian Walker is now a triple away from the cycle, and the Diamondbacks in the 6th inning will bring the tying run to the plate.
Wow. That ball was blistered. You got to get back to the wall on that ball. You can see Acuna kind of drifting out there. You got to get back to that fence as fast as you can. And I don't know whether his knee is bothering him. He's a little nervous. And I don't blame him. You know, last time in that situation, he makes that jump, he blows his knee out. So he's probably a little nervous going back on that ball.
So 2 runs are in. Another man in scoring position. David Peralta, the batter. He's 1 for 2. 6-4 game. Both runs belong to Charlie Morton, who allowed 4 in his 5 innings. Braves have out-hit the Diamondbacks 10-5. But a powerful man in the box representing the tying run. David Peralta, the pitch. He is low. 2-0. Minter last pitched 2 days ago. This is his 3rd outing in 5 days. Four balls, 3 strikes to start his 6th inning. Cooper Hummel, the designated hitter, is waiting next.
Well, Peter, you always say playing here, the game is never over. No lead is safe. And this young team, Diamondbacks. Heck, Chip, I think you said it earlier. They have a real good record against teams under 500.
They are 16-7.
Wow.
This year. And if you take away their frustrations and struggles with the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks would be over 500 themselves. Remember, this is a team that lost 110 games last year. They are way ahead of that 52 win total here in 2022. 3 balls and a strike. Runner at second, good lead. Walker, the pitch. Off the end of the bat foul. It's a full count.
Nice battle back here from AJ. The difference between a David Peralta and a younger hitter right here is that you're going to have to come with something in the zone.
Yeah.
He's not going to chase too far out.
Let's see what Minter comes up with here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To center at the 407 sign, but the park too big to hold that. Harris the catch, runner tags, another long throw to third, and Peralta is out number 2. It is 407 feet to straightaway center, and you've got to hit it over that yellow line at the batter's eye. This is a gigantic ballpark in Phoenix, and it served A.J. Minter well there.
It's like the way Michael Harris goes after that ball. Just turns and runs back, finds the wall, and come back and make the play. He has a strong arm.
Shown it off twice.
Yeah.
From, as you said, deep center all the way to third base.
Save those bullets right there.
Well, let's save a run here in the 6th inning. Cooper Hummel 0 for 2. He's hit into a double play. 6-4 Atlanta. Getting ready for the 7th inning. The pitch. And that's taken low.
There's that changeup that I thought he might have gone first pitch to Walker on. Walker was super aggressive on that first pitch fastball.
High hopper. That's going to be trouble. Riley bare hand throws to first, and they got him. What a play! If the Braves don't make that play, a run is in. Austin Riley, shades of Chipper Jones, charges in with a bare hand. Great play. Perfect throw, and got him by a quarter step to keep it 6-4. Been terrific tonight. 6 runs on 10 hits. Dansby Swanson has one of those hits tonight, fellas, and that's in keeping what we saw on the homestand. And Brian, what we talked about earlier tonight, as we see on our player comparison brought to you by Landmark.
Yeah, I mean, Dansby completely turns his season around. Just doing a great job, especially against fastballs, getting his hands in, going the other way. A great at bat early in this game with a sinker in. He gets his hands in, hits a single out the right field. That's what he's been doing all season. Well, in May. So it looks like his timing is back.
Yeah, those numbers certainly confirm the eye test, that's for sure.
Yep.
Let's get a couple of those runs back here in the 7th inning. Right guys are up 2, 3, and 4 for the Braves against J.B. Wendelken. And the first one almost got Dansby inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Swanson 1 for 3. Ozuna 0 for 2 with a walk. Riley 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Then Matt Olson, who's had a 3 for 3 game while batting 5th. Chopper foul past Ron Washington. It's an even count. It's been a while since we've been here in the desert. They've made some dramatic changes to this ballpark, most notably the artificial surface. That was always the biggest problem for the Diamondbacks, was keeping the grass green and alive during the heat of the summer, especially down the corners where the roof overhangs the playing field. But this new turf is terrific, plays a lot slower than the shortcut grass that they used to feature here. The pitch is popped up, and Walker at first will have all the room in the world to retire Dansby Swanson for out number 1.
Yeah, I saw that they put turf in here, and my instant reaction was that, man, there's going to be a lot of singles. But as you said, it seems to be the longer turf that holds that ball up and it's chopped into the infield.
Makes sense, right? The ball flies here, especially in the heat of the summer when the panels are open. Got to give the pitcher something, right?
Yes, that's what I'm sure all the hitters are thinking the same
thing.
So Marcell Ozuna hits. He scored a run tonight. Braves have a single run in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th.
Let's see if they can keep adding on.
I think we're seeing signs of that in the last week or so. Many times it's been 1 inning and a cloud of offensive dust. Tonight, 10 hits, and this one's scorched to center. Thomas going back to the warning track, and he'll have room. Marcell hit a slider 400 feet to center. He needed 407 plus, and that's the 2nd out.
Well, you can really see that. I mean, that ball 30 feet left or 30 feet right, if that ball gets in the gaps, you're going to see 3 dudes just running like crazy to try and cut that off.
Well, it's a big outfield. You got to have speed out there. You got to be able to cover some ground. And Thomas, the center fielder, young kid, top prospect, he can go get him.
Austin Riley with a 9-game hitting streak. He extended that earlier today. And we hope you'll stick around for the stretch presented by Synovus. Lauren Jabara, Nick Green standing by late back in Atlanta. We'll join them when the Braves are finished hitting here in the top half of the 7th. Great ball game. Atlanta leads it 6-4. Trying to even up the road trip, and a win and a loss. Line drive to right, and that's going to be grabbed by Pavin Smith, and that retires the side. Time to stretch. Atlanta enjoys a 6-4 lead. Lauren, Nick, take it away back in Atlanta. Nothing says summer like Braves baseball at Truist Park. We're back home for the Oakland A's June 7th and 8th, and the Pirates June 9th through the 12th. We've got great activities and experiences on that homestand, like the CMT Hot Prospects pregame concert and Friday night fireworks on Friday the 10th. Play Ball Weekend features stickball in the Plaza on Saturday the 11th and a bat and ball kids giveaway on Sunday the 12th. Get your tickets at Braves.com and bring out your entire family as summer is underway at Truist Park. Colin McHugh is on to face the lower third for Arizona. Thomas, Perdomo, and Jake Hager.
I like this. You know, Spencer's been moved into the starting rotation, so someone's got to pick up some innings out there. Colin McHugh was one of the better relievers in baseball last year.
Struggled early in the season, but he seems to have figured it out.
Again, Colin has retired 12 of 17 first batters. He's stranded 13 of 17 inherited runners. And to your point about McHugh being so good, a 1.55 ERA with the Rays. That was the 4th best ERA in the game. Wow. Consider innings pitched of Jacob deGrom, Emmanuel Clase, and Ranger Suarez of the Phillies. So he was definitely an under the radar performer and acquisition by Alex Anthopoulos this offseason. And he's now got 2-2 to Alec Thomas.
That's a better slider there. As much as he missed down and in, that's exactly what you want to see from that slider. He throws a cutter and a slider. So they both kind of spin the same way.
The 2-2. Don't want to give these guys life. The Braves have walked the leadoff hitter in each of the last 2 innings. One of those men came around to score. They've also hit a batter to start a frame. It's cost him a run.
And that's what frustrates me. You go 0-2 and then you nibble, nibble, nibble.
It's because you guys keep fouling balls off.
Well, 3-2, we work our count back to 3-2. And we're going to see your tough stuff, so we got to foul them off. But why not just go right after him?
Full count pitch with nobody on or out, and on the ground, foul.
Thomas is a tough out. I think he's going to be a future leadoff hitter. I mean, this guy battles at the plate. Last time he was up, it was an 8-pitch at bat. He's back in that same situation.
Pesky hitter. Braves shift for him with a 3-2 pitch. And out of play. He's at it again. Oh, what a grab off to our left. Into the mezzanine level. That fan had the ball hit off his hands. Soft catch, popped up and grabbed it with 2 hands. That was awesome. Look at this play.
Nice catch.
Love it. And another try off to our left. So Alec Thomas piling up the pitches here. He's seen 8 of them. Make that 9 pitches. This will be the 10th. Tell him what's coming. That'll mess him up. And here we go. Breaking ball on the ground. Right to Riley. Playing the rover spot. And Thomas put up a fight, but is out number 1. That's 5-3 with a line under it if you're scoring with us at home. Now a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Something else I can't wait to talk to Colin about perhaps tomorrow. What's the secret to pitching in Coors Field? He pitched a year for the Rockies. That's where we head next. Especially with Max Fried, Ian Anderson, youngsters in the bullpen. It's a wise man that might have some tips that'll help the Braves. He's trying to help out the club with a scoreless 7th. 1 up, 1 down for Perdomo. And a strike. bunt try. And didn't get that. Look at McHugh pounce off the mound, ready to field a ball bunted his way. 0-2.
See that, Beach?
Yeah, he looks like an athlete.
That's what I'm saying. Finally, you're starting to get it. It's only taken 4 games.
When was the last time we've seen a temp bunt? Wow.
0-2 count. And out of play. I'm not sure, Peter, if he's buying it or if he's suffering through a desert mirage. Right? Buying this athlete thing for pitchers.
Oh, he'll get it. One thing I'll accomplish by the time I leave.
I gotta show you the video of Pete and his athleticism. It's coming, Peter.
Every time you bring this up,
it's not particularly flattering, I'll tell you that.
Pete just looks skyward and starts praying that you lose the video.
I don't know. I've been partial to put on a little bit of weight in my career, throughout my career, and there was one time where I may have been a little heavier than anyone else on the field.
And he looked like a fish out of water, too, trying to get that little weak ground ball just past the pitcher. Chip, he went diving and just missed the whole ball and went belly flop.
Was it like the Smoltz stop, drop, and roll play?
Oh, no,
wasn't that bad?
Smoltz was worse.
Oh, okay. See, you got that going for you, Peter. One ball, 2 strikes. 2-2.
Interesting, you see Colin through that really slow 67-mile-an-hour curveball. Something we haven't seen from him. I've only seen cutters and sliders for most of the year this year.
Another shift on for Perdomo, and fouled away again. Brian, did you notice how deftly he changed the subject? That was I mean, one of your best efforts.
Thank you.
In a 6-4 game.
McHugh has faced 2 batters, and this is the 8th pitch of this at bat right here.
I'll say this, he's throwing strikes. They're just fouling him off. 18 pitches on the board, 13 strikes. Perdomo a 2-2 count, 1 out, bases empty. Top of the order lurking as McHugh delivers and an opposite field hit. That was a good approach by Perdomo. And a fast runner is aboard. And that'll bring the potential tying run to the plate. Jake Hager was scheduled. Looks like he's going to be called back. Let's see what Arizona does here in the 7th inning with 1 on and 1 out.
We knew it was coming. Marte.
Yep. That's a nice ace in the hole to have, isn't it? A guy with a red hot stick. And Marte will represent the tying run.
A little surprised he wasn't in the starting lineup. When you got a hit streak going, you want to stay in that game. You don't want to sit on the bench.
So Darno out to talk with Colin McHugh about how to try to retire Ketel Marte. That's been a problem for everybody. 12-game hit streak, 18 hits, 6 multi-hit games in that terrific dozen of work. And 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the game last night. What's also impressive is Marte's done this against the Braves and the Dodgers to keep that hit streak alive. The Braves hope he's off the bench cold and hits into a double play. They shift for him. And a belt high strike. It's 0-1. Let's see how much history there is between Colin and Ketel. There is some. Marte's faced him 16 times with 4 hits. Crowd of 12,686 tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Broken bat hit right out to short. He gets the ground ball and the double play. Atlanta has 3 of those tonight. Marte sawed off. The barrel of the bat ends up on the grass between second and third. Atlanta out of seventh inning trouble. Colin McHugh saws off a red-hot Ketel Marte, and Dansby Swanson sends us to the eighth. Night for Matt Olson tonight. 3 extra base hits. Matt Olson has had a huge night with 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, a home run, and his good work has the Braves in business here in Game 2. And Matt Olson is our Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature.
2 doubles, a home run. No hit better than bases loaded, the double. Something that he struggled with all season long, runners in scoring position. That had to feel good, and hopefully that'll get him off the snot with runners in scoring position.
2 changes for the Diamondbacks. Left-hander Joe Mantiply is on to face Olson, who takes this one up the middle, and a diving stop Perdomo. The throw to first off the bag, and Olson has a perfect night.
Different approach there, BJ. Aggressive first pitch.
I love it. I love it.
There have been a ton of first pitch hits in this game. Just didn't stick.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard. Perdomo did a great job getting to that ball.
So the Braves have a leadoff man trying to deliver some insurance. Travis d'Arnaud 1 for 3 tonight is your hitter.
And that's perfect. That's what Matt Olson needs to get back to, being aggressive. I mean, he doesn't have to be a strike down the middle. He's capable of driving any pitch that comes his way.
Mentioned the changes for the Diamondbacks. The other one is Ketel Marte has stayed in the game. He's manning second base now. He's hoping to get one more crack at an at-bat tonight. But he's in the 9 hole, and the top of the order is due in the 8th with the Braves up 2. His hitting streak is on the line. This one out of play. And slicing into the seats. Where a fan from Gilbert, Arizona will come up with a souvenir. Driven to right. d'Arnaud does it again the other way. Olson around second. He's going to make third without a throw. And the Braves are putting together one of their most impressive offensive games of the season tonight. 12 hits, terrific approaches.
Great approach by d'Arnaud here. He's been struggling lately, but tonight that's his second hit. This is a curveball off the plate. Stayed down and on it. And drives the ball to right field. Good hustle by Olson getting to third base.
Ball was 3 inches off the outside corner too.
Yeah.
What a great piece of hitting.
So now Ozzie gets to turn around and hit right-handed. He's 1 for 3 with a double. 33 games since Ozzie Albies has hit a home run. He's going to hit one on this road trip. Right here would be a great time to do it. Tried to, and that's fouled away for a strike.
Add-on runs, so important. Great opportunity for the Braves here.
Well, they've done that tonight, BJ, after struggling so mightily in run-scoring situations last night. They have put the ball in play. They've only struck out 5 times tonight versus 4 Arizona pitchers. Little roller. Olson's going to come home. The throw to the plate is in time. They ring him up. On contact, Olson broke. He's thrown out 5-2. d'Arnaud at second, Albies at first. Let's see if the Braves challenge this. I thought Olson might have gotten the tippy toe in the corner of the plate before the tag was applied.
I think he did a really good job getting that glove snapped down straight in front of the plate. Going on contact. Olson almost got in there, but great throw, great tag. Still got 2 more shots to drive in a run.
Adam Duvall 1 for 3 on the night. is hitting 8th. Good stop by Varsho. Do you normally see contact plays on with nobody out in an inning, or do you wait until there's one out?
No, I mean, it's okay to do that. Be aggressive in that situation. Going on contact.
1-0 pitch. Look, you make him field it cleanly and make a perfect throw. Right. It's just an odds play, I guess.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Ozzie be a little more patient there. I mean, it's 2 pitches out of the strike zone. Being too aggressive in that situation.
It's a fine line, isn't it?
It is.
Be selectively aggressive.
Right.
Can't imagine how hard that is. But let's see what Duvall does here with an even count. Harris on deck. We're in the 8th. The bottom of the order's up for the Braves here. The top of the Diamondbacks order is coming up in their half of the frame. Huge gap right center field. And he squibs that one out towards second. And the throw is to first. They're going to get Ozzie in a rundown. And Arizona gets an unconventional double play. Ozzie tried to stop, but Marte's momentum carried him to the bag. And then it was easy pickings to end the inning. How about that?
Was brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
10 runs, 18 hits combined in Phoenix in game 2. Braves have this game set up the way they would like it. They've got Will Smith for the 8th, Kenley Jansen for the 9th. Will have the top of the Arizona order, protecting a 2-run lead. He's got Varsho, a left-hand hitter, Rojas, a left-hand hitter, Pavin Smith, a left-hand hitter.
Set up beautifully for Will. Saw him last night. A little bit more aggressive with that fastball, which makes that curveball, that slider, a little bit better. He looked like he was trying to throw 2 different breaking balls again last night, which again made him really effective down the stretch. But he's got to set it up with that fastball.
Very little history between Will Smith and these first 3 hitters. Varsho, Rojas, and Smith are a combined 0 for 2 against Will, who pitched an inning here yesterday. A bunt try. Smith has it with a bare hand. Throws a strike to first, but it's too late. Dalton Varsho, the catcher, is aboard with a leadoff hit.
Smart play. Varsho, we talk about how athletic he is, a catcher, center fielder. He sees the shift on. It's exactly what you want, your leadoff guy on first base.
And Varsho aboard for the 3rd time. A hit batsman, a walk, and now a bunt single. And Josh Rojas, the hitter, he doubled and scored his last time up. Braves have turned 3 double plays tonight. They've all come in the last 4 innings. This one is smacked on the first pitch into right. And Varsho slides around second, but in the shift, nobody guarding the bag. So no chance for Acuna to throw behind Varsho at second base. So hits on back-to-back pitches. The tying runs are on with nobody out versus Will Smith.
Again, just the baseball. Look at this. This is another ground ball. Could have been straight at someone. Finds a gap. We're looking at first and second, none out.
Yeah, but these lefties are sitting on that curveball. They are waiting. They know that curveball is coming, and they want to take a good swing at it.
And it looks like Arizona's going to take Pavin Smith out of this game. Jordan Luplow is going to pinch hit. Nothing's coming easy in Arizona, as Peter suggested, and we all know this is a tough place to hold a lead. And Atlanta As the tying runners on in the 8th inning with nobody out in a 6-4 game.
Shows a little difference of how the teams are made up. I don't imagine that you'd ever see the Braves pinch hitting for their 3-hole hitter in a situation like this, but that's just a different way that the Diamondbacks play it. It's almost like it's interchangeable. Play it by the books.
Well, Luplo's come up big in a pinch. 2 pinch hit homers this year. And in for a strike. Luplo, with 9 of his last 11 hits, has recorded an RBI. Again, Will Smith could use a strikeout or a double play. No balls and a strike. 2 on, 1 out, nobody out. I beg your pardon. The pitch. Luplo has 11 hits this year. 6 of them are homers. No balls, 2 strikes. Check swing roller. Might get 2 out of it. Nope, they'll get 1. Runners advance to 2nd and 3rd. Soft contact, but a productive out for Luplo. Now let's see how the Braves play it. You've got Christian Walker, then Peralta.
Tell you what, Rojas got to second base really fast. I mean, good job by Dansby recognizing it and then throwing it first, getting that shore out.
Well, it has been the first baseman's night in this game. Christian Walker is 3 for 3. Matt Olson is 4 for 4. The first baseman combined 7 for 7 in this game.
Not what you expected out of Luplo, but moving the runners over, putting the ball in play with an 0-2 count is important. Doing the little things.
Big curveball in for a strike from Smith. He's thrown 6 pitches, all of them in the strike zone. Boy, he could use a strikeout here. Braves are playing back up the middle. They'll concede a run for a ground ball.
Got to keep that ball in the infield, though.
For a fast runner at second is Josh Rojas, who represents the tying tally. 6-4 game. The pitch.
Again, this might be a situation where we're going to try and have Christian Walker expand the zone, which he's known to do. The unintentional, intentional.
He's seeing the ball really well today, though. A triple away from a cycle.
He does have 3 career triples, in case you wondered. Don't want one here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't want him extending those arms, do you?
And the situation is, if you do walk in, then you put the go-ahead run on base, which is something that you never want to do. But
got a lefty-lefty matchup though next with Peralta. Get him to roll over, double play, get out of the inning.
2 balls and a strike. In case you wondered, Peralta's 0 for 7 against Will. He's on deck. Don't let this guy beat you. The pitch. Low, ball 3.
Intentional walk.
So the Braves shouting at the home plate umpire. Jim Reynolds will go ahead and pass Walker. So here we go. Lefty-lefty matchup. Peralta 0 for 7 against Will Smith, who has the bases loaded and 1 out. Smith facing his 5th batter. He's thrown 9 pitches. Can we pull another rabbit out of our hat defensively and get a double play here? Peralta tonight is 1 for 3.
That's a good first pitch, fastball. Just missing. I thought it was a strike, Peter.
Here comes the 1-0. Used his aggression as a weapon, even the count.
That's what that first pitch does too.
Yep.
Throwing that first pitch fastball just off.
Varsho at third, Rojas at second, Christian Walker at first. Braves by 2. Bases loaded, 1 out. On the ground, that's slowly hit. The Braves are going to fire to second and get 1, and that's all. Scoring is Varsho to make it a 1-run game. Diamondbacks have runners first and third, but now there are 2 outs. Peralta put it in play, give him his 23rd RBI.
Just soft contact after soft contact, just not quite hit hard enough for us to turn this. Great job getting the out at second base. Still plenty of work for Will to do here.
With Cooper Hummel, the hitter, he's 0 for 3. In the 9th inning, the Braves will have Harris, Acuna, and Swanson coming up. The lead is now 1. And Will, with that big curveball in the dirt, anything low, Darno has got to block the baseball. Can't let Rojas score on a gift. Smith stretching, first and third, the pitch. There's a good fastball.
Just to give you a little idea, the exit velocity of the last 4 balls put in play, 48.5 miles an hour, 86.2, 61 and 71.
But they've all been perfectly placed. 1-1 count. Now the Braves are a strike away from taking the lead to the 9th inning.
Back-to-back really good fastballs.
I would almost come back with that fastball, because in the back of his mind he's saying he got to throw that curveball slider.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, that was close.
Wow.
Left side of the infield, thought it was good enough.
Just a little off. I got to be honest with that one. That was just a little in. He could have quite easily called it. Don't get me wrong.
Good pitch, though. He was not looking for that fastball.
You want action here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another foul ball. Sean Poppin, Mark Melanson in the Arizona bullpen. Melanson if they take the lead, Poppin if they don't, we presume. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No swing. Smith wanted that pitch. Didn't get it. Full count. So now Peralta will get a head start at first. Well, if Will had an A-plus pickoff move, this would be a great time to pull that out. Very short lead at first. And here we go, 3-2. Struck him out. Smith got that one, and the Braves preserve the lead.
Can't look for a walk, BJ. He's up there looking for a walk. Let's go, swing the bat. Great job, Will Smith.
This Braves bullpen bent but didn't break. A perfect pitch. It's 6-5 going to the 9th. Wouldn't you say. They've got 12 of them. They've scored 6 runs. They lead by 1 heading to the 9th.
It's the extra base hits too, and the amount of barrels and hard hit baseballs tonight. It's been incredible to watch. You've seen it develop over the last couple of weeks. Guys are putting better swings on balls, hitting balls harder, barreling balls up, and it's just the natural progression. You've seen it explode tonight.
So Michael Harris leads off for the Braves. His first major league RBI came in the 6th inning with a clean single. Something else that's been noticed in this game, 20 total hits, 11 of them on the first pitch of the at-bat by the Braves and Diamondbacks. The 11 first pitch hits is the most combined in any major league game yet this season.
Wow. Hitters are starting to see the trend. First pitch fastballs for strikes. Take your chances.
Harris quickly behind 0-2. And that's knocked down by Varsho. A ball and 2 strikes.
That's probably the general shift in what pitch sequencing guys are using too. And one of the things I read about during the week was that a lot of guys stray away from that first pitch fastball because if they foul it off, because they're so used to seeing breaking balls over the last couple of years, that they're not ready for that fastball. That becomes your friend. You're ahead 1-0. 0-1, sorry.
That is served foul off to the left. And Michael hanging tough. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll never forget this moment back in the 6th inning.
Peter, you just said facing that lefty might keep his front side in and get him going. And boy, did he stay in and drive this ball up the middle for his first career RBI.
I want to see him get on and give a little agita to Torey Lovello. He's got his bullpen busy. He's got Acuna, Swanson, Ozuna, and Riley coming up next. I'm guessing he's keeping Mantiply in to get Harris, the lefty-lefty matchup. And then go to either Poppin or Melanson. We shall see. Michael back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him, and that's the first out here in the top of the 9th inning. So here comes Torey Lovello. Now the bevy of right-hand hitters are up for Atlanta. And a nice job by Mantiply, an inning and a third's worth of work with a couple of hits, and most importantly for Arizona, no runs allowed. 6-5 is your score. 1 away in the 9th. Braves lead it. Fun game in the desert in game 2. We tell you about whom he'll face. Here's a quick message from Racetrack.
Fuel up like the Freeze does with whatever gets you going at Racetrack.
This is Sean Poppin. That's a good name for a major league pitcher, Peter, isn't it?
Sure is. Hopefully we pop a couple out of here.
There you go. Ronald scored 1, knocked in 1. He's doubled. And had a healthy cut there and fouled it straight back. Strike 1.
Lots of sinkers from Poppin. About 60% sinkers, about 30% sliders, and then the rest is a little changeup that he throws every now and then. But I imagine he's going to save that for lefties. So sinker slider mix here to right-handed hitters.
Sean Poppin is way too smart to hang out with Brian, Peter, and me. He graduated from Harvard with a double major in chemistry, physics, and engineering sciences.
I beg to differ. University of Richmond.
We're just speaking generally, Brian. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's the 19th major league player from Harvard. Brent Suter, one of the latest, who is in the bigs with Milwaukee. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss gets Ronald for the second out. So Dansby Swanson will try to keep the inning alive. Dansby's 1 for 4. Kenley Jansen's warming in the Braves bullpen. He'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Diamondbacks, but that 9th place hitter is Ketel Marte. That long inning in the 8th Push the lineup card down and will give him a chance to extend his long batting streak. So this is a very intellectual matchup. Harvard versus Vanderbilt. In the 9th inning. 6-5 Braves in game 2. At the plate but low. 2 balls, no strikes.
I'd be sitting on his slider, Peter. He throws it for a strike. Got Acuna on it. Feels comfortable for him.
That's golfed foul at third. First strike for Dansby here in the 9th inning. 2 outs. Charlie Morton started, went 5, gave up 4 runs. Minter, McHugh, Smith, and then Kenley Jansen will try to preserve the lead. Pitch golfed out of play right side.
Dansby is just doing a great job of getting his hands in. That was another sinker running in hard. He's looking to drive it to right field.
So it's 2-2, 2 outs, bases empty. And a shot to right, but speared by Walker. Dansby's been on everything tonight. And to the 9th we go. Braves protect a 6-5 lead. It's Kenley time. Had a good night offensively. Now they need 3 outs from Kenley Jansen, who's on to save the day in game 2 of the series. Before we tell you about Kenley's latest run, let's enjoy a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no. Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
We've got some fans on the field. So once again, Kenley Jansen is going to be delayed here. This happened to him in Milwaukee, you might recall. And it really messed up his rhythm. Fans were quickly intercepted by security in shallow right field, and they'll be marched off the field of play. Paul Burr, this has got to drive a pitcher nuts. Peter, you too. You're in your rhythm. You're used to your routine. You get set for a 1-run decision. Now you got to wait for fans to be escorted away after jumping out of the stands.
You got a chip, but what I do like about this is Kenley Jansen is getting the number of warm-up pitches that he needs, which is a little more important for me than that. But important game. Jansen will hope to lock this one down and be mentally tough.
I think as long as he gets a chance to throw a few more warm-up pitches here, I think what happened last time, he's only got to throw 1 more pitch after that guy decided to run and interrupt the game, and it took a lot longer to get that guy off the field too. So he was standing around for a long time.
And I like what Jansen did. He walked down to the umpire and asked for this because he remembers what happened in Milwaukee. So he wanted to get a couple more pitches. But that may be the first time I've seen 2 women run on the field. I mean, I've seen it all almost, but 2 women? Wow.
Well, Kenley's last clean inning, meaning 3 up, 3 down, was May 17th. That was 5 outings ago. He could use a clean inning here with this part of the lineup up. Alec Thomas will start. Thomas is 0 for 2 with a walk and is 0 for 6 so far in the series. The Braves have a 1-run lead. Right through there, it's a strike.
Thomas has been a tough out today.
Look at this. 96 games against the Diamondbacks, most of any team he's faced, and he's got 56 saves against them.
Wow. 24 of them in this ballpark. He's looking for number 25 tonight. And the power sinker just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You can see this young man, Thomas, hasn't faced Jansen before. He's all out in front. He can't time him out.
Knees have to be knocking just a bit when you're facing a potential Hall of Famer.
Especially with all that movement that Jansen has.
That's lifted back our way, foul, and Kenley's ahead of Alec Thomas. A ball and 2 strikes.
This is where Kenley just has so many weapons. He can throw that cutter in on your hands, up and in on your hands. He can throw it down and in if you need to. That 2-seamer up and away to left-hander hitters that he's been got Wong with in Milwaukee.
Especially when you see this kid's timing is off with your windup.
Line and just out of reach of Austin Riley. A hit with 2 strikes.
Wow. It looked like an off-speed changeup, right?
It was a slider. He went with his 3rd pitch. He's been using that to finish guys off lately. Nice piece of hitting. Kept his hands inside, drove, pulled the ball.
Austin just out of reach. So the tying run is on. Perdomo represents the winning run. He's 1 for 3 in the game. And the Braves have turned 3 double plays since the 4th inning. Jansen could use one here. Shift on for Perdomo. Bunt try and fouled away.
Got to give this Arizona team a lot of credit. They bunted to lead off the inning. Here, a chance to tie the game. Sacrifice bunt here. Get that Speedy Thomas to second base.
Yeah, the sacrifice bunt's gone the way of the dodo in many cases, but not so with Arizona. They've done it 8 times. The Braves do not have a sacrifice yet this year. So 2 different styled offenses. No balls into strike. Runner holds. The pitch is low. It's an even count. It's 1-1.
See Kenley doing a great job mixing up his times already. Early on in his career, he used to get in trouble because he was so slow and slow delivered to the plate. He's done a great job speeding that up over the last couple of years. Makes him much more effective with the runner on first base. Forcing the Arizona to having to bunt rather than relying on a stolen base.
Check of the runner at first. Alec Thomas, who draws a throw. There's the bunt. It's popped up, and Olson's got that for the first out. So Perdomo pops up a bunt try.
That's going to make everybody that's wanting to bring bunts back second guess it a little bit.
Yeah, just didn't do a good job getting on top of that. Fastball up in the zone also. I mean, that's a tough pitch to try to get on top.
And Kenley knows that. That's exactly why he threw it there.
I mean, as a hitter, you got to take that pitch, ball 2.
Well, Marte hitting to a double play in the 7th. That's his only at bat in the game. He's trying to extend the game and his hitting streak all in one here. Another double play wins it for Atlanta.
He's faced Jansen 12 times in his career, 3 hits. No extra base hits.
Six-5 Braves lead it. 1 ball, no strikes. Ground ball. He beats the shift. The hit streak is alive, and so are the Diamondbacks. 1st and 3rd with 1 out. No shift. That's double play ball. But Marte split Swanson and Albies. And now Dalton Varsho's coming up. Well, Varsho's had himself quite a night. He scored 3 runs out of the leadoff spot. He has 1 hit. That was a bunt in the 8th inning. So Kenley Jansen has his hands full here. Dansby Swanson looking into the Braves dugout for defensive alignment instructions. Riley even with the bag at third in case Varsho thinks about another bunt. First and third, 1 out. Strike at the knees.
When I was with the Dodgers, we used to have to practice defending the first and third because the Padres used to safety squeeze with run out almost every single time on first and third. It was such an effective tool to get that 1 run in, and obviously you want to play for a tie at home.
1 strike pitch. Whoa, way outside. It's an even count. Nothing comes easy in this ballpark. Braves look like they had a comfortable lead. It was 6-2 entering the Diamondbacks home 6th. They've scored the last 3 runs in the game and are threatening big time in the 9th. This is where you count on veteran relievers finding the magic when your club needs it the most. 2 balls and a strike. 2 hits, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kenley does not look comfortable.
No.
High towering fly ball to right. That's going to be deep enough. Acuna is going to make the catch. Tagging and heading home is Thomas. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have tied the game 6-6.
ABC baseball. Got the speedy Thomas to third base. Just putting the ball in play. Deep enough.
So the hit with 2 strikes comes back to haunt Kenley. With 2 outs now, you've got Josh Rojas up.
Kenley's only focus now is to get out of this inning in a tie game, give us a chance to score.
Question I got to ask you, Peter, is, you know, we both, Chip, you, myself, were in Milwaukee, and we saw the fan run out on the field and it distracted Jansen. Now today the same thing happens. Is that in the back of his mind?
I wouldn't think so. I just think he's so routine focused throughout the week. You see him every day doing the same thing over and over again. It's just repeat mode. Relievers do that a lot. Maybe it's something that just, you know, he gets in a mindset and
I can't even speak to what that would feel like to be so locked in to get ready to come in and close a baseball game. And 2 times in a week, people have come running on the field and almost, especially Milwaukee, in the case of Milwaukee, got so close that it almost touched him. Like,
so 6 straight games for Kenley where he's allowed a base runner. Now he's trying to send us to extra innings. 2-0 count to Rojas. Runner goes. The pitch is in the dirt. Darno's throw is on the money, but it's going to be late. It's a stolen base for Ketel Marte.
Can almost see that coming. Marte over there. Last pitch, it looked like he was going to take off. It's a great jump.
And now it's a 3-0 count. The Braves will pass Rojas intentionally. And Luplow, who came on in the 8th inning and grounded out, will hit for the 2nd time in as many innings. That's not a good sign. Winning run at second with 2 outs. Inside corner, a strike. Luplow didn't think much of that call. There's the Kenley cutter. 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. Jansen walked off thinking that was strike 3. Pitches.
Need one more nasty cut on the outside corner, please, Kenley. Got to respect that about a closer, guy that can come in disappointed with getting up the lead, but stays in there and shuts it down.
The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and that is your inning. So Arizona gets a run on a sacrifice fly in the 9th. And we have extra inning baseball in the desert in game 2. It is 6-6. Familiar with the extra inning rules that were part of the COVID season. They still apply here in 2022. The man that made the last out in your last at bat is a placed base runner. So Speedy Dansby Swanson will be standing at second base to start the 10th inning. And Mark Melancon, the former Brave, is going to come on and face Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley, and a scorching hot Matt Olson.
Melancon looked great last night, man. That's the Melancon I remember. Keeping hitters off balance. And he got the job done for him.
Kenley Jansen had to throw a lot of pitches. So Jackson Stevens is warming up in the Atlanta bullpen. Braves are looking for their first extra inning win this year. And it's always interesting when you talk about the style of play. Who do you bunt? Do you move guys over? It depends on the personnel. You don't figure Ozuna and Riley to be bunting here. So and you always wonder who has the advantage, the visiting team batting first or the home team who gets the last crack.
Well, it depends on what happens here. If you score a couple, then obviously the pressure goes straight to the home team. But if you manage to maybe just score one, then the instinct has to be to maybe bunt the guy across. Or today's game is not. You get 3 chances to drive the guy in from second base, which is the way that we've seen most teams attack this new rule.
So Marcell Ozuna, runner at second. Ozuna 0 for 3, has walked and scored tonight. On the ground, that's a base hit. Dansby had to hold up, make sure that ball went through. That's an excellent start. Ozuna, another first pitch hit. Man, that has been a story of the night for both these offenses, and a much better result against Melanson. I'll lead off single for Ozuna.
Look, that's a great at bat because Melanson got this ball up in the zone, and you got to take advantage of that, because if you don't and you take that for a strike, you won't ever see another pitch up in the zone. He's going to keep it down with the changeups, curveballs. Good start for the Braves.
Now again, Atlanta tonight has had an excellent approach hitting the ball the other way. Look at how Arizona is playing Riley here.
Melanson doesn't have something that can come in on a righty either, so he's going to get a chance to poke something over to the opposite side with the cutter or curveball.
And he fills the gap, and Braves have the lead back. And Ozuna is going to try to go first to third. The throw there is going to get him out. What a throw from right field. Luplow with a cannon throws out Ozuna, who went first to third on a hard hit single to right. Give Riley the RBI hit. He takes second on the throw, and the Braves have a 7-6 lead.
Great piece of hitting. Stay back on that curveball. An unbelievable throw. I think Marcell either had to go straight away. I think he started to step around second base a little bit, and that took a little bit of pace and speed off him.
Yeah, he tried to deke him. That's what you call a deke, where you slow down a second, hoping that that outfielder will not just come up throwing. He will take his time, and then you try to take off, but it just didn't work out. It was a good throw.
So Matt Olson, the hitter, he's 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs tonight. He's a triple away from the cycle.
Yeah, let's stay perfect. Let's go. Come on, Matty.
Braves have the lead on 14 hits, 7-6. The run that scored is an unearned run. That's of small consolation to the reliever because the runner was placed at second base. But Ozuna and Riley, first pitch swinging with back-to-back hits.
And you almost have to do that against Melanson. Take advantage of that pitch up early in the count.
Good cut by Matt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Despite those 11 saves, Melanson has given up now 17 runs in 16 1/3 innings. Now 16 2/3 innings.
Wow.
Back-to-back hits have given the Braves a lead, 7-6. Popped up. Varsho is going to give way, and the catch made at third. Rojas by the on-deck circle called off the catcher. Matt's perfect night comes to a close. He's 4 for 5, and now Darno, the hitter, he's got 2 singles.
Catcher, Travis Darno.
Got a pitch up, but he just missed it. Got underneath. How about Darno? Last at bat, drove it to right field. He's seen Melanson a lot.
And notice Arizona doesn't shift for him. Standard alignment defensively for Travis. Braves could use another hit. They'll need one with 2 outs. And the pitch. Game number 50 of the season. The Braves trying to earn their 24th win. Finish May with a 14-14 record. As we talked about, the offense is coming to life. They've had a good night at the plate. The pitch. 7 runs on 14 hits. Every Brave starter has a hit tonight.
Wow, that may be the first time this year I've seen that happen.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ozzie Albies waits on deck. He'd love a crack at Melanson here in the 10th inning. There's that cutter. It's 1-2. Melanson ready, so's Travis. The pitch. Strike 3, a cutter, and that will retire the side. So the Braves get 1. They score the ghost runner Dansby Swanson, and it's Atlanta 7-6, bottom of the 10th inning. Bottom of the 10th inning, Kenley Jansen is taken down. Jackson Stevens will come on and try to save this game. You might recall Jackson had a 3-inning save earlier this year. That was on April the 12th. Only need 1 inning out of him tonight, guys, but he's got the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Arizona coming up, and the slimmest of leads.
I'm pretty sure this is as high a leverage situation as Jackson Stevens has ever been in, and he's earned this right by the way that he's thrown the ball so far this year. He's just come in and done everything that we've asked him to do. You know he can spin it with the best of them. You know he's got a big fastball that he can sink at 95, 96 miles an hour. And you know he's not scared of anything. We've seen that this year as well. So,
and we've seen Snit be confident in him. You know, he's come into a couple of high, intense situations and delivered. So I think Snit and the team feel good about him. Hopefully he can get it done.
So the same rules apply for the Diamondbacks. The man that made the last out of the 9th inning is Jordan Luplow. He will be placed at second base. And Christian Walker is the hitter. Now do they take Luplow down and put in McCarthy? So they're going to pinch run McCarthy. That's the case for Arizona. Faster base runner. Let's see how Arizona plays it. Don't figure Walker to bunt, but you never know. He's homered, singled, doubled. He's knocked in 3 and scored 1.
That would really surprise me if he squares around and bunts here with the power that this guy has.
It's also got a 209 average.
That's okay. He's having a great day. Probably don't want to take the bat out of his hand.
Well, the pressure is on Arizona. They've got to score or they lose the game. We'll see how Torey Lovullo plays it. He's got the middle of his order up. 1 ball, no strikes. Two curveballs that weren't close. 2-0 the count.
I don't mind those 2 pitches, though. You don't want to. Last thing you want to do is lay in a breaking ball.
I don't think you want to throw a fastball here 2-0.
Jackson ready. 2 balls, no strikes for the Arizona first baseman. Little pop. That'll help. No advance of the runner. Sawed him right off. Nice comeback for Stevens. There's the first out.
What a great sequence. Not sure he hit his spot, but I'd tell you, he had him geared up for something off speed, it felt like, and he just bored that sinker in.
So here's Peralta. He's 1 for 4. So the pressure tightens ever more so for the Diamondbacks. Dansby playing peekaboo with McCarthy at second. The pitch, curve, a beauty. There's a strike.
Now the difference is without advancing a runner, it's going to take a base hit to score.
Plenty to talk about on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. That's after we take game 2. We're 2 outs away from that. The 0-1.
It's amazing. I get nervous sitting up here. But I remember being in these situations, and you just live for it.
1-1 pitch. Low. 2-1. Great pitch.
Beautiful pitch.
Yep.
And Peralta got a piece of d'Arnaud on the recoil from that swing. It's 2-2, a changeup.
It's been a theme at so many left-handed bats. Feels like everybody in the Braves pitching staff's developed a changeup since we've gone to Arizona.
You find that weakness and you stay with it. I would come back with another changeup away. But that's why I'm not a pitcher, Peter.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is.
He tried it.
And if you lose him, look, you have a chance for a double play. The runner that counts is the one at second, or at least counts the most in this 7-6 game. Cooper Hummel is the man on deck. Full count pitch to Peralta. Here she comes. Line drive. That's down on a base hit. Duvall loads up. Here comes his throw. It is up the line. Can't cut it off. Runner to second, and Arizona ties it again.
Not a good decision there by Adam Duvall. You got to know your runner. McCarthy's a speed. You know he's going to score the ball in the gap. You're running from left field into the gap. You got to keep that runner at first base, Peralta. I mean, you have no chances to throw McCarthy out here. Wow.
So now you're in a spot where a hit could cost you the game. Hummel, though, has had a very quiet night. He's not yet gotten the ball out of the infield. He is 0 for 4. A strikeout and a double play included. "14 runs, 25 hits, and as we have found out, no lead is safe tonight." Arizona has never led in this game. The pitch.
And this is where, as outfielders, you got to communicate. You know, Duvall, he's running after the ball. You got to be yelling at him. Second base, second base, second base. Good outfields do that.
So Cooper Hummel, the DH, is way ahead in the count, 2-0. Little pop down the right field line. That is a fair ball, and Arizona's going to win the game.
The little mistakes that you make, teams capitalize on it. Just a battle at the plate. Good pitch.
And just
par for the last couple of innings, about 74 miles an hour off the bat too.
Yeah, but the mistake in the outfield you cannot make in a close game like that.
You're absolutely right. That ball's got to go to second base.
Yep.
So the Diamondbacks from the 6th inning on score 6 runs and stun the Braves in Game 2 of the series. 8-7 is the final score in 10 innings. Mark Melancon earns his first win of the season. Jackson Stevens takes the loss. And the Braves will try to salvage 1 out of 3 tomorrow behind Kyle Wright, who will face Madison Bumgarner. This one hurt.
Yeah, sure did. Some promising signs from Charlie. Some great swings from the offense all night. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to close this one down.
Yeah, I mean, you got to capitalize, though, on certain situations, and we didn't. Down the stretch, add-on runs are so important. We did not do that late, and give credit to Arizona. They battled, and they did the little things to win.
So we hope you'll join us tomorrow at 3 Eastern on Valley Sports South for the series wrap-up. Kyle Wright and Madison Bumgarner. Lauren Jabara, Nick Green standing by in our Atlanta studios to wrap it up from the desert. Thank you for joining us tonight.